Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of Talk Your Ish, which is the fan call-in show on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel. Big up to everyone who's joined over from the raid from Saeed's channel. Salute to my brother Saeed. Big up to all the dons that was there as well. Big up. I thoroughly enjoyed Mandem Talk as well. Big up to everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV in whatever capacity. And this is the fan call-in show, people. Feel free to call in. It doesn't matter who you support, doesn't matter what you want to talk about sporting wise, doesn't matter if you've just found the channel today, you could be a regular watcher somewhere in between, people. That's absolutely fine. Like I say, it's open for anybody to call in. There's now over 160 people in here. Make sure you run up the likes first and foremost. Hit that like button, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Please share this across all of the socials as well. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. So that's me, Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV on all socials. Please follow and subscribe. It is road to 12K, people. And before I get to see the callers already in the back, before I get to the callers, there's only two rules when it comes to the fan calling show, people. Only two rules. One, camera must be on, face facing forward. That's not because we care what you look like. We don't. Male or female, we do not care what you look like. It's simply safety protocols. We ain't trying to see anybody's chest. We ain't trying to see anybody's cheeks. We ain't trying to see anybody's genitalia. And the reason why I'm so graphic is to let you lot know. Like I can't stress this enough. We don't care what you look like. Secondly, when you call in, obviously I asked the question about should Ten Hag be sacked. Make sure you know what you want to talk about. So don't just call in for clogging up the line. And thirdly, I did say two things, but the last thing as well before I get to the callers, if you are a member of the channel, you will queue jump to the front of the queue. So it's first come, first serve. But if you're a member at any level, the link is in the pinned comment for the membership, then you will queue jump. So in the private chat, people, if you're a member, let me know. And that's whether you're a Sarcasm Citizen, Sarcasm City Soldier, or Sarcasm City General. And with the 16 out of 10 t-shirts as well, people. I know a couple people are waiting on orders. I'm going to get to them. Don't worry about that. My apologies on the longness of the on the wait, sorry, for the final few orders, people, but I'm gonna get to you. Don't worry about that. Big up to Gaming for Life. I see you. Big up Matthew. Hey man, yeah, 100%, man. Send the bag my way. For those that don't know, go watch the end of Mandem Talk. Manchester United propaganda bagging coming. They'll never give that bag to me. Never. I'll ask for too much. I see what you lot pay Ten Hag and pay these players who underperform. So you better drop me the big bag. Because you lot know one thing I can do is talk. So it's like, the propaganda is going to be out of this world. So they better six figures. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they got the budget for me. I'm not going to lie. I don't think they do. Hey, big up to Connor as well. Says big up to my guy, Flawless, Wolverhampton Wanderers legend. Gassed about that. Can't wait for the footage. Big up to my nephew in the chat as well. Says large up Unk every single time as well. Hey, my Don C in the chat. Big up to you, Chic TV. Make sure you subscribe as well. But let me get to these callers anyway. Jesus, a lot of people in. Damn. You don't got plenty to fuck, I just clicked down. I was like, rah, Mazza. All right, well, let's go. I always forget where he's at. I believe it's Thailand, but I always forget. My like A Kevin in the building. My Don, what are you saying?
Yeah, bro, I'm fantastic, man. FA Cup champions, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? FA Cup, we never thought we'd be there. But here I am talking about the FA Cup, and the Celtics are in the NBA Finals. How good can life be? How good can life be? I mean, yes, our cakewalk to the finals or whatever. I couldn't care less. You're there. You don't care how you don't care how you get there. You know what I mean? You really don't. But I mean, yeah. Where do I start? I mean, Ten Hag.
Yeah, let me ask you that. Should Ten Hag be sacked? Let's start there, A Kevin.
Of course.
Okay.
Bro, I mean, let's go to the facts, right? We've had our worst ever finished Premier League season in history. This is our lowest points tally ever. Our most goals probably ever conceded in the Premier League. I think this is it. You've also got the -1 goal difference. This is unacceptable. And any United fans is condoning this. Am I saying it correctly? They're condoning it, yeah. If any United fans are actually condoning it, listen to the facts.
Talk about it.
We've had the most records broken in a season ever.
Mm-hmm.
The most records that I've ever seen. I went through a lot, and you sent it to Rhino, right? The records thing.
Yeah.
And there was one time where I was listening. I was like, yo, I read it all, and I'm like, this is mad.
It's crazy. I read it on back again.
It started from last season, bro. It started from last season. Not even this season. The fact that it started from last season. The 7-0 was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The 7-0 was the first ever, I think, was the biggest one. I think Ten Hag's the first ever Man United manager to lose his first 2 games in the league in a job, in his first season in the job, you know what I mean? And that for me is terrible. Terrible. You cannot be coming to tell me that Manchester United have had a good season now because of the FA Cup. No. Injuries? No. Sorry. You spent 400 million and you're still complaining about injuries. Saeed made the point on the show I was just watching. The length of the injuries weren't even that long. Yes, we've had a lot of injuries, but the length was short. And when we had our players fit, we were still losing games. We lost to Bayern Munich 4-3. Galatasaray 3-2 at home. This is the first ever Turkish side that's come to Old Trafford. This is the first ever Turkish side beating us in England on English soil. No one's ever done it, and it happens to be at Old Trafford, the leaking Old Trafford roof. Under that, imagine that, bro. And yeah, man, he's got to go. He really has to go. Anyone that says otherwise, I'm sorry. I just don't know what you're. I just honestly don't know what you're watching. The football's not got any better. The football got so much worse. We had last season. Last season, Casemiro was playing his heart out for United. This season, he doesn't look bothered, bro. He doesn't care. He doesn't like Ten Hag. The news came out today. He fell out with Ten Hag. That's why he didn't play the cup final. He didn't play the cup.
I hear you. I get exactly what you're saying.
He fell out with Ten Hag, man. And everyone's falling out with Ten Hag. Varane fell out with Ten Hag. Ronaldo fell out with Ten Hag. De Gea fell out with Ten Hag. Sancho fell out with Ten Hag. Martial fell out with Ten Hag. All these good players all the good players that fell out with Ten Hag, bro. All the good players, man. And he happens to be Maguire, Shaw, McTominay that doesn't fall out with Ten Hag. Why?
Hey.
He's Maguire's had a whole entire season out. Well, he's barely played last season compared to this season. He played this season. Kudos to him. He's done okay. I don't think he did great. I don't think he was a great player. But I mean, you were supposed to leave last summer. The manager said he's a good player. No, he's fighting for his place. There was a £60 million package in for McTominay and Maguire. Why didn't he accept it? We could have gone for better players. Really. That 60 million right there could have been used for more. We could have used it for better players. Instead we signed Johnny Evans on a free. This is a joke. I'm sorry, Ten Hag, you're finished, my friend. You're unintended. Your job's untenable now. I think we need to go get a new manager now. I think it's time.
Manager?
My option was gone. My option was gone to Barcelona. Hansi Flick. I wanted him.
Oh, you went. I was with Flick as well. Let me ask you. So both, because they might tie into one before I let you go. Unrealistic option that like managers available, because like obviously Flick would have been one, and like realistically, what manager would you like? It may be the same. It may be the same manager.
Should I give you my unrealistic one as well?
Yeah. That's why I asked for both.
I want Jose Mourinho.
Jesus.
I love Jose Mourinho still. Yeah. I understand you might not want him back, but I still think he has a finished business at United. I genuinely do.
Hopefully Sheffield or Newcastle. Who's your realistic option?
The realistic ones that are out there right now.
Ones we've been like linked to. Like there's been some form of links.
There's so many poor links, man. Like I don't want De Zerbi. I don't want Thomas Frank. I don't want Graham Potter.
First?
I mean, Thomas Tuchel. He's the best option.
So you're saying Tuchel are the best out of realistic? Okay, that's fair. That's why I asked.
Because like that's the only one if I had to choose one out of that list that I like, a realistic one, Thomas Tuchel's the only one. Because like let's look about it. De Zerbi, not better than Tuchel. Let's be honest with you. He's not better than Tuchel. Thomas Frank, not better than Tuchel either. Thomas Tuchel is probably the best manager on that list of realistic managers that I want. Because if I'm looking at it from a United fan perspective, right, he could come in and maybe change up a few things. Yes, we might not be a great Premier League side. If we're going to nick a cup here and there, playing good football, then why not? if you can't win the league, stat pad the cups. That's what United's all about: winning trophies.
Yeah, winning trophy. I agree with that. 100%.
Stat pad the
100%.
cup.
It's
We
about
had
winning
we had
trophies.
the Europa League next season, bro. This is our best shot at winning the Europa League since 2017.
We got Europa League, we got FA Cup, we got League Cup. I hear that. But hey, Kevin, we're gonna let you get
This is
the
the best shot.
Go on, last point. Go on.
This is the best shot we've ever had to win the Europa League since 2017.
I agree with that.
No joke. No Sevilla in the competition as well. Sevilla are out.
And you don't get none of because of the new format as well. You get none of the drop downs. You don't get any drop downs. I don't believe so. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But
we have to do it, man. This year we must win the Europa League because the last time we won the FA Cup, we won the Europa League the year later. So I'm praying that this year is our year about the Europa League, man. And we have to do well in the league, man. I can't have another season where we're like, oh, we'll take 6. No. We must sign better players and we must go for the trophies. All this £35 million budget, yeah, you fix that up. Just get these players out, get the manager out, free up the budget, and yeah, let's go, man. We have to get to work. Hopefully United do well, and hopefully my Celtics win the NBA. Let's pray.
We'll see. I hear that. Hey, Kevin, big up. I'm back on the gram as well. I not forgot. I just been busy all day. Yeah, I shout you. Yeah, big up, man.
I sent you a message.
I respond. I got you after this. Yeah, 100%. I would like that. That's me. I just been running around. That's all. So I only just got back to do man them talk. But big up, yeah, every single time, hey Kevin. Shout out to A Kevin. We're gonna keep these calls rolling, people. Don't worry, man. I'm gonna get to all the callers I can. Do not worry about that. So we just in Thailand, A Kevin, United fan. Now I believe he's London, Chelsea fan. I know that much. We got gaming in the building. My guy,
big up. Yeah, I'm good. Guys, make sure you're subscribing to Flawless. Make sure you're liking. Don't be like them Arsenal bottle jobs for 2 years. But yeah, Ten Hag, wow. I can't believe it.
Should he be sacked? Let me ask you that. Should he be sacked?
Yes, because realistically, you're good enough to finish like a top 4 and a top 5. But is he going to be sacked? I don't know. For me, if I had a manager like Ten Hag, I'd say yes. But I think Ten Hag depends, really. I think he should be. But if the owners back him, like apparently I've heard, then I don't know.
We'll see. There's a lot of stuff coming out. But let's get to your team. Enzo Maresca. Happy about it? Not happy about it? Somewhere in between?
I was shocked about this one. I was shocked because I thought a De Zerbi and Amram would come to my team. But I didn't expect him.
Yeah.
But, hey, we gave him a 5-year deal contract.
So you happy about it? Not happy about it? What we saying? I know it's unexpected. I hear that because it took me by surprise too.
Why would you go from a championship manager and gas him up just because he's won the like championship with Leicester? I mean, he knows apparently a few of our players in our team, the likes of Lavia, Cole Palmer. But I mean, listen, I have to see what he does in the preseason and the season. I just have to let him cook. But if he ain't good enough, directors have to go out because this is their last chance. He better be good.
If it don't work out, your owner's out.
The directors have to go as well.
This is the last chance saloon. Okay, so let's say you do have a good window. What are you expecting from Maresca?
Well, I'm expecting for him mentally to put players in a good position and for him to do the right substitution, like the tactics to make sure it works, like the right system, and not expose their weakness. That's what Poch did, and that's what really screwed us up. And in terms of that, I want his training to be good as well, because if we keep having these injuries next season, more, it's also on the directors because they still not finished the medical team because we changed it 4 times. So if there's bad communication, something has to be done and sorted. Because I know we need a left back, a goalkeeper, a striker, probably a defender because of Thiago Silva, but I don't think that's needed. And also our wings. So then you've got the likes of Mudryk, Madueke, and Sterling. So either one of them has to go on loan or get sold. But we know Sterling ain't going to go because he's on 325k a week.
Would you sell Sterling if you could, though?
Yeah, but he won't go Saudi, though. He's either going to go to a London team.
Do you think Maresca will be a success? And let me ask you that again. What is a success? What do you look at? What does Maresca have to do to the point where you're like, okay, that's good enough? What are the objectives for you?
Well, he has to get us top 4.
Top four, first.
Top four. He has to win us the Conference League, because if we do not win that, it's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
He just has to play a good football style, which I've heard he does apparently. I've seen the formation. It's similar to the Liverpool manager apparently, Slot. So, yeah, but am I confident for top four? I've only got 10% that confident that we might not get it. But hey, I can't say Edison out straight away. I can't. I have to see what he does. Like, I have to back him, but I have to see what he does. But hey, surprisingly, and about Poch, it didn't surprise me that he got sacked. That didn't surprise me.
Yeah, you have to go.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson was more upset about the situation, and the players as well. They said it was shocking. But yeah, I think the players need to get used to it. Whoever the manager comes in, but if he does not do well, and if he goes by October, the directors immediately go. Because for 2 years, we've had 6 different managers.
Jesus Christ!
Because think about it, we've had Thomas Tuchel, Graham. So we've had Frank Lampard, Thomas Tuchel, Graham Potter, Frank Lampard again. Now Mauricio Pochettino, 6 for 2 years. No, it's embarrassing. They didn't want to sack Poch last season because they know they would look like idiots because what they done with Graham Potter and Tuchel.
Yeah.
But we yet still look like idiots for doing it.
No, first.
We just have to win a major honour. That's all it is. I just want to see. For 2 years without Champions League, I don't know, but we have to. But can I ask you something, Flawless?
Of course.
I cannot believe that 4-2-2 thing worked with Man United. What kind of a formation was that? I mean,
you mean against City? Yeah, man, it worked because it's a 4-3. Well, yeah, it's a 4-5.
It was like 3 midfielders on like.
Yeah, but it works. Yeah, it works. Like,
hey, Ten Hag parked the bus. He parked the bus.
That's what you have to do. Yeah, and it works, man. You know what I'm saying?
16 out of 10 performance. It was right there.
16 out of 10 performance. Like, to everyone, talk to me nice. Put your trophies on the table. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't win a trophy this season, I don't hear nothing.
You know, Doku, do you think if he started, do you think it would have been more of a threat, or do you think no?
Definitely the way the game went, yes, he would have been.
Because I know when he came on, he did look like a bit of a threat, but I didn't see him coming back.
But he was their best. He was their biggest threat. In the entire game.
I don't know. Yeah, what do you think about De Bruyne? Because some people keep saying that he's washed the way he is, but like you got to think about it. He's had a long injury.
Not washed. It's just that
the injuries.
When you get hyped up the way you get hyped up, and then you perform like that in particular in big games, you're gonna get criticized.
But it's just the injuries.
There's too many games.
Yeah.
Nah, because when he came back from the injury against Newcastle, and everyone was hyping up when he turned that game around. And he played well after injury. So it's not, maybe injuries have slightly slowed him down, potentially, but you can't perform like that. I've always said De Bruyne is an exceptional player.
Oh, 100%.
But he's vastly overrated. Like when you start talking about Premier League greats, he don't sit at that table.
Yeah.
I've seen the Premier League greats. He don't sit at that. When I say that in terms of the midfielders, he's not with them. He's a tier below. That's not a shot. He's just a tier below.
What do you think about this Bruno G battle between Arsenal and Man City? Where do you think he will go for 100 bags?
What, City linked to Bruno G?
Yeah, apparently so, yeah.
I don't know. It makes sense. City. Arsenal, I know that I've heard that, but the City one makes sense. If he's smart, he goes City. Don't do the Declan Rice thing.
But do you think he would do well at Arsenal, or do you think he would do well at Man City?
Both. We do well at both. Yeah, because he's a quality player, and he fits into either of those two play, both sides, you do fine.
Because they said
he's better suited to City because him and Rice, none of them are really defensively minded like that. So I think with Rodri, him next to Rodri and another midfielder
and De Bruyne.
Let's say it's Rodri, De Bruyne, Bruno G.
That would be unbelievable.
That suits him better. Yeah.
That's a threat. But like they said that Partey's also leaving as well, so they need a replacement. So
yeah, well we'll see.
So
in
the regardless, So
last point. Don't say last point.
Yeah. So what's your prediction for the Dortmund versus Madrid?
I think Madrid do the business.
You think?
I'd like to see. You know what? Either way, I'm happy. If Madrid win, I get to see Don Carlo win another Champions League.
Yeah.
If Dortmund win, I get to see Jadon Sancho with the Champions League. So either way, I'm happy whoever wins. I'm either or. Like, I'd love that. Nothing more than Jadon Sancho to lift up a Champions League trophy or Don Carlo to win another one. I'm good with either.
Do you think Man United will take him back?
So many variables. Yes. Whether he wants to come back is a different conversation. But yes, I think Manchester United would want to get him back.
Because of the player, he's a quality player.
Yeah, the player, because the talent's there. But again, it varies on what the manager, whoever the next manager is, and what he wants. I just don't think Jadon Sancho wants to come back.
Because of the manager,
I think he preferred to stay there. Nah, not even the manager. I think he just preferred to be over there.
Yeah.
He's had success over there, especially if they win the Champions League. Would you want to come back? You go over there alone and win the Champions League. Are you going to want to come back? Or you know what, let me stay at Dortmund?
You would want to stay there because of the success he's had, because of the loan.
And especially when you look at how Bayern Munich are looking. Maybe you go and try and win the Bundesliga. You got the Pokal Cup. You go again in the Champions League, etc. Like, yeah.
What about Mason Greenwood? Do you think he's going to come back, or do you think you guys will fully sell him?
We'll sell him.
Like, he's been doing really well in like where he is.
Yeah, we'll sell him. I think we'll sell him. Yeah, I think we'll sell him. Mason Greenwood. I think we do it. Their PR. But gaming, big up when they have to get through the rest of these callers. But salute to you, yeah. I'll catch up with you soon, my guy. Every single time.
Big
Bless up, yeah. Save. Shout out to gaming. You was even next on the call list. Make sure I got it right as well. I will continue to drop the link in the chat as the show is going on, people. Let's go to, you know what I'm saying, one of my favorite callers. You see him on one of the most popular shows on the channel. You know what I'm saying? He's 1/3 of the Premier League podcast, Yardman edition. One thing he's definitely not sure of is opinions. We got my like Kaneki in the building. Yes, family. What are you saying?
Ty and Marcel completely just ruin. I had to hold myself back from calling you on stream because I didn't want to disrupt you during it. I had to hold back. Saeed, I know you're in the chat. Saeed, answer my mail, you fraud. All right? Because I swear to God, fam, I need to be on the next Man Them Talk because those two are getting away with war crimes right now. Listen, and I'm going to say this in the most PG way possible, fam. Nobody with two functioning brain cells wants Ten Hag to stay at Manchester United.
I'm lost. Right? I'm not gonna lie.
All right. I have to praise you for using the injury thing because nobody could answer it. We had injuries. Who were injured? They start at two names. Two injuries. So you're saying without Martinez and Shaw, our team crumbles. We went to Anfield with Fellaini, Pogba, and Lingard, and we never got slapped 7-0. In the season where we won the Europa League, literally 16 out of our 26-man squad were suffering from injuries. Zlatan was out, Martial was out, Bailey was out, Darmian was out, Pogba was out, Blind was out, Ander Herrera was out, Michael Carrick was out.
Talk about it.
Was out, yeah. Mata was out, Lingard was out, yeah. Valencia was out, Ashley Young was out, Twansebe was out, Marcos Rojo was out. Like, just like that, that's 12 names off the dome. All these guys were out in that season, and we finished 6th. So you're telling me because we never had Martinez and Luke Shaw, that's the reason why Bruno was completely shit this season. I'm hearing Marcel and Ty trying to tell me about Bruno Fernandes. Like, we're on a negative goal difference. Let me bring up something to all you Manchester United people out there. For as bad as all of you label Paul Pogba, when we were Paul Pogba and Inshallah, we never had a negative goal difference. And this was Pogba with shit players. Yeah? We did not have a negative goal difference, and it was Pogba, Fellaini, and Lingard. Yeah? We literally won a Europa League final with Mkhitaryan as striker. But you're telling me that this dude right here, Ten Hag, has a $75 million striker up top and we can't beat Copenhagen. This man has Casemiro, Amrabat, Bruno Fernandes, and by right, VAR saved him against Coventry.
That's true.
Coventry. You sit here, you tell me about the shit structure around Man United. There was a shit structure of Man United around Van Gaal. No one complained when he was sacked. Shit structure around Jose. No one complained when he was sacked. But you want to defend a serial loser in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It doesn't surprise me that Marcel was Solskjaer in. He looks like
he was only in.
he
That's
looked
why.
to
That's why
me.
when I asked that, I was like, yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a bit crazy.
he sound just hearing him speak let me know that he was the type of people that says we could lose 10-0 to Arsenal, keep Solskjaer. Yeah.
Hey, we lost 5-0 to
Marcel,
Liverpool on our home patch, Kaneki, and people still backed
yeah,
it. People
all
still
right.
backed it. Yeah, you know.
We got slapped. Think about this. Think about this because they want to tell me about the positives. Let me tell you something. With the midfield of Pogba, Lingard, and Fellaini, our worst defeat was 4-0 to Chelsea. That was our worst defeat. 4-0 to Chelsea, and that was a Chelsea that went on to win the league. I'm watching Bruno Fernandes with Casemiro and Ericsson and Amrabat and $400 million worth of players, and I'm watching Bruno Fernandes and these guys get piped 7-0, 6-3, 4-0, 4-0, 3-0, 4-0, 4-0. Like, really? Really? Bruno had a captain performance. What captain performance? If City was just 20% less drunk, Bruno Fernandes cost us 3 goals in that game. You guys need to. I don't want to hold up. I don't want to hold up the call. People deserve time.
But I get what you say. I understand where your frustration lies, and that's where I'm at. That's why I'm asking the man them talk. I'm asking the questions. I'm asking to see where man are coming from. But Saeed needs to. I will tell Saeed, you're my guy. He don't need you on there.
I want to be on the next man them talk, dog. I need to have a Christian conversation with Neji, Ty, and Marcel. I like to have a very respectable God Christian conversation with these guys because I need to know how up here works. Because I refuse to believe people that can have so much smart answers are that. Anyways, so let's go on to this whole situation that I heard that Chelsea guy bring up. One. So you guys, are we going to actually just sit here and watch City sign their Gundogan replacement? Is that what we're going to do?
With Bruno G, maybe, because that was news to me. I hadn't heard that till he said that. I'd heard him linked to Arsenal, but I didn't hear those C links.
I heard about it last week. but it wasn't from any serious accounts. That's why I never brought it up. It's serious now, and that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem because no. He can go. He's less threatening at Arsenal than he is at City.
Oh, definitely, 100%. I ain't trying to see, and he fits them like when Gaiman asked me. He fits them better, even though I think it's a great addition for Arsenal. Don't get mistaken. Him next to a Rodri with a Foden in there, or De Bruyne in there, or Bernardo Silva in there is scary. I don't like that. Like the sound of that, I don't like that at all. I don't like the sound of that. That's not nice.
Jez, I see that the 3-minute ban on Ryan is up. Can you ban him for 3 more minutes, please?
Everyone just times about
okay, so I'm just listening. My call is just basically for the man them talk, dog, because
it's cool.
The improvement. Who improved on the Ten Hag? You remember I told you that these guys would go on and try and claim Kobe Mino as Ten Hag's masterclass.
And that's why I didn't interrupt or let it be gone, because I'm like, okay, let's just carry on and get to it. That's why when man was trying to deflect and say, oh, well, you came in there with a negative connotation and illustrious reasons. I just want you to name them. What were the pros from this season? That was it. That's all I wanted.
Watching Marcel go defensive as Drake in that the hard part 6. Watching Marcel try to you're trying to block blows that were directed at you. Why are you going defensive? You're trying to say
that's the crazy part.
You're trying to say Garnacho. Garnacho played last season, big man. That don't fucking count.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Mino is not because of Ten Hag. If Kobe Mino came on the pitch and looked like surprisingly, no one brought up Forsen, huh? No one brought up Kambawala and Forsen, right? Because they weren't good. So imagine if Mino had came up this season and wasn't good. I love that those two neglected Forsen and Kambawala. Yeah, when you were saying with the youth he promoted, why didn't you bring up Forson? Isn't he a youth that they promoted? You're trying to bring up Hamad. Ten Hag don't like Hamad.
I cut that one because I'm like, he barely started. Like, we're
Listen,
not doing that.
these
No one
mans,
can I hear that. Even though I don't think it's a pro playing youth players. That's not a pro to me. But I let it go because I wanted to hear the rest.
And then I heard the dumbest. And then I heard the dumbest thing ever. Diego Delo, that's mastered right back. This is how I know none of you watch football. Diego Delo has spent 4 years as a left back.
He's played left back.
Diego Delo started out as a left back at Sporting. He was a left back. Diego Delo has played half of his career as a left back. When he left us and went to AC Milan on loan, he played as a left back. When Mourinho signed him and he started playing, he played it as a left back. Diego Delo can play 2 roles. He's played as a right back and a left back his career. For Portugal, he plays as a left back. What do you mean he doesn't know how to play left back? What do you mean when you're telling me he doesn't? I swear, I was watching the man them talk and I just had, I was like, yo, I can see you guys hurt my head just like Ten Hag. You guys really hurt my head just like Ten Hag. But you know what? Everyone's entitled to their opinions.
Yeah.
I'm just going to I'm going to watch their ship sail and sink like the fucking Titanic. That's what I'm going to do. And what I want Ty and everybody like these guys, Marcel and Neji and Ty, what I want you guys to make sure is this. When the Ten Hag ship sinks, sink with it. Yeah? Sink with it. Sink with his ship. But that's the end of it. Let's give everybody their talk. For the managers, just before I leave, the managers that I want Cancelo. That's the Porto manager. That's my unrealistic manager.
The Porto manager is a realistic choice. First.
Yeah, and the manager that I want is Almerim.
Yeah, Flick and Almerim was 1 and 2 for me, and obviously
Flick it was Flick for me, but he went to Barcelona because I heard everybody when we had Solskjaer, even troops can admit to this. When everyone was like, if we sacked Arteta, who would we go for? If we sack Oli, who would we go for? And then we watched Everton sign Ancelotti.
Yeah, and then we watched him leave Ancelotti, leave Everton, and then go to Madrid and win 2 Champions Leagues in 3 years, maybe potentially 3 and 4.
Yeah, and here we are now. Which manager out there is better than Arteta? Hansi Flick is right there. Which manager is better than Ten Hag? Hansi Flick is right there. And we all just sat here and watched Hansi Flick leave.
Go to Barca. That shit shows outside Barca is crazy. But you lot will see much more Kaneki on the channel as well, because obviously during the Euros we'll be doing Yardman like reviews of Euro 2024 people. So look out for that. Hey Kaneki, I'll catch up with you soon, yeah. Every single time.
Yeah.
Every time. Bless up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Kaneki. Always good chopping up with Kaneki. We're going to another member of the channel because gaming is it. Kevin's a member. Gaming's a member, Kaneki's a member. We switching to London. Shame he supports Arsenal, but he's my guy anyway. You know what I'm saying? My like Don C is in the building. My Don, what are you saying?
Yo, what's going on? Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, man, can hear you clear, man. What are you saying?
Okay, that's good. No, big up to you, yeah. Congratulations to Man United. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the first time we spoke since the FA Cup. Yeah.
I'm gonna call you the man that never sleeps. A blood clot vampire. What's his name? Blade. Yeah, keeping it Marvel. Keeping it Marvel, fam.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you know what it is, fam? I just want to say congratulations to you. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you got a lot of callers today. I just want to say congratulations, and the Chelsea supporter that was trying to run down Arsenal and say we bottled it. Yeah, how does it feel? Yeah, to go from 11th place. Yeah, you're climbing up Mount Everest. Yeah, you get to 3/4 up the way of Mount Everest, and Manchester United little brothered you for you to knock you back down and kick you out of Europe. How does it feel?
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're calling us bottlers, bruv, but we was never in the title race. Bookies' favourites was Man United, then it was Liverpool, then it was Arsenal. We was always in the chasing pack. Unfortunately, your team is going to be chasing the mid-table for the next few years, yeah? Enjoy. But back to reality, yeah? Pick up your team, bruv, because you know what, yeah, you lot deserved it. You know what I'm saying? And I can't say too much about that. Like, Man United had a poor season, but having a poor season and actually winning a cup, that's what it's about. It's not about coming second. It's not about coming third. Fuck top four, innit? It's about trophies at the end of the day. Not the charity shield that Rashford loves to feed the kids with. Yeah, it's about winning the trophies. Yeah, the major trophies. Even the Carling Cup here, whatever the hell it's called nowadays. Yeah, it's not a major trophy. Yeah, Carabao Cup. It's still silverware. Silverware. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm saying, and you see Ten Hag, he's looking like he's turning into a cup manager.
It's gonna knock. He's 1, 2, and 2. That is facts. He has 1, 2, and 2, and I give him credit for that.
That's why I say that, because it's like, do you know what it is like? I'd rather a cup manager than someone that finishes second place. I'm not saying I want Ten Hag. I want Ten Hag personally for my team, but I'd rather a manager that's willing to, do you know what? Yeah, see the reality of things. He's not going to challenge for the title. So what he does, he puts all of his efforts into cups, because then even like, let's say the Ten Hag outers, right? You could say, yeah, I want him out because of the league. But then if he's winning you cup after cup here, maybe you can build on that. And next year, you never know, you could challenge, because 2 seasons ago, we never thought Arsenal would be in this position and finishing 8th and 5th. That's what I'm saying.
It's because if he wasn't so bad and if the performances weren't so bad, I'd get with it. It's the performances. That's the issue. Even outside of the 8th place finish, minus goal difference, all the records he broken. That's all terrible. The performances. That's the unforgivable part. Because even if we would have lost the FA Cup final, I didn't have an issue with the performance. 0. The lineup was right. The tactics were right. The application was there. Like, everything was spot on to the point where even when we played Liverpool in the FA Cup, we gave them a game. If we would have lost that, there's a way to lose. And it's just the way that we've been rolled over week in, week out. Match day. Yeah.
I feel that's more style of play, because, you know, he's another one of Pet's prodigies. Yeah. So it's like Pet's is an overthinker, but at least Pet's is the master of his trade. Yes. That's what I'm saying. He's them man, they are like handymen. You know what I'm saying? They're good at this and good at that, good on a one-off thing, but get them to do a big job on in a marathon, and guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna do well. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And the thing is, see Man United win that, it was like, okay, I hate your team. I'm not gonna lie, I hate your team, yeah. But I'd rather you lot win it than Manchester City, because I see Manchester City as a bigger threat. And if they build on another double next season, they're gonna come bigger and bigger and bigger. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like the less of two evils. Even though I hate your team right now, I hate Man City a lot more, just because they're our direct rivals. You know what I'm saying? Manchester United's got a few more. You never know next season, but I think it's like another 2-3 seasons to get with it. You know what I'm saying? And when people are talking about injuries, they need to shut the fuck up about injuries. If you have a style of play, like, okay, this is to all the listeners out there. If you have a style of play, yeah, the person you're bringing in might not be on the same level, but they can do a job. Yeah, they're not going to get battered. They're going to come up with the odd goal, and you're going to find a diamond in the rough. Yeah, instead of saying, oh yeah, we had this injury, we had that injury. I swear you only had one long-term injuries. Injured players.
Martinez and Shaw. They were
2. Martinez, Shaw, and Shaw's not a first team starter anymore. Yeah, I see him as a person that comes off the bench and just, you know, when you're winning 2-1, you're under the cosh. You bring him on in the 80th minute. He's fresh. He can actually nick a goal, or he can defend well. Yeah, he can push him into a back three as well.
That's the thing is, he can position to a back three. And relying on Luke Shaw in 2024 is your own fault anyway. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
That's your fault.
So when people are saying about injuries, no, it's not about injuries. It's just that, unfortunately, just like some Arsenal players, which I believe a lot of Man United players are just not good enough. That's what I'm saying. They're sulkers instead of trying to fight for the badge that they play on. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I've seen. And do you know what? Yeah, that's why I say congratulations to you, because remember, I was one of the first ones to actually say to you, look, boy, your team actually had a better season than my team. You know what I'm saying? Because the season,
I respect that still.
Because the season is not just a league. The season is every single competition that you finish in. And if you end up in May with zero titles, forget the challenging, forget almost got top 4, forget I could have been second place and finished off goal difference, then get a fucking striker. Is what I'm saying? Yeah. So my thing is, it's about trophies. Trophies at the end of the day, in 10 years' time, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, 20 years ago, Arsenal won a gold trophy. Yeah, I'm still living off that hype. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like I say, because we won a trophy and it was gold. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like a few seasons ago, we won the FA Cup. Like I'm gonna like that, but then I want more. You know what I'm saying? This season we won nothing. So what the fuck am I bringing up my chest for? You know what I'm saying? I need to pipe down, take all the banter from most fans, just not Chelsea or Tottenham fans. You know what I'm saying? Because just remember, Man United little brothered the Chelsea fans, and Tottenham fans, Spurs, you get battered everywhere they go. You know the rest, innit? You know what I'm saying? So we'll just keep it like that. You get me?
I hear you, man. Trust. You know what I'm saying? Nah. I hear you, man. Trust. I fully get what you're saying. And that's why, even though you support Arsenal, I respect you, because you can take your club allegiance and bias out of it and just talk about it from a footballing perspective. And it's like, you ain't going to talk about it because you've seen Arsenal finish second before in your lifetime. I've seen Manchester United finish second in league tables before. We don't talk about them seasons. We don't care. Don't talk about them seasons. I talk about when we won. Whether that was Prem, Champs, FA Cup, League Cup, they're the seasons I talk about. Yeah,
it's like me talking to you about my ex. She's an ex. This is what I'm saying.
It's ex for a reason. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna promote something, it's the wife, innit? The wife is like the Champions League level. Do you know what I'm saying? Elite. You know what I'm saying? Creme de la creme. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, the difference between me and a lot of other Arsenal fans is that I support football. Is what I'm saying. I love football. You get me? And I could see Arsenal for what they are. Yeah? They're a good club. You know what I'm saying? Can we be great again? Yeah, of course we can. I sound like Donald Trump. But can we be great again? Yeah, of course, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a little bit more. Forget how much you spend on players, because it's not my money. It's not half of their money. So who gives a shit? That's just banter for small fans, for these new Generation Z fans. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, Alex Ferguson spent money on players. Yeah, we spent money on players. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea spent money on players. But guess what? Guess what a certain level of player gives you? Success. Yeah, elite is elite. You know what I'm saying? I have elite mentality, so I don't want average at my club. This is why I'm barling for players like Zinchenko to piss off, yeah? That's why I'm saying Nketiah to piss off. All the other fringe players, if Partey wants to go, let him fuck off. Yeah, let him fuck off. Smith Rowe, he's got a good song, but guess what? We're going to make another one next season. You know what I'm saying? For another player. So it doesn't mean nothing, because song is a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I always see it as, if Arsenal want to be back to the top, we got to buy the players to compete instead of mid-table players. You get what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a first teamer, it has to be a very good first teamer, no disrespect to Martinelli, because I think he's good off the bench.
He's a good squad player for where you lot are trying to go to. I get you saying you're looking for that extra piece of quality.
Elite
baller.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is why I said to you, I want Sancho, because for me, Sancho is on his way to elite. And if Man United don't want him, do you know what? Like one man's trash is another man's treasure. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. So I'll take him. But back onto Man United before I quickly go, if you're gonna sack Ten Hag, right? Realistically, who are you gonna get? And who are you gonna get that's not gonna do the same thing that the last previous managers have? This is what I'm saying. I think that's the main thing, because the infrastructure in Man United is tarnished. Not just the manager or the players on the field, because you can put any other player in there, you're going to kill their career just because the infrastructure is tarnished. You got our old fitness coach, and look what happened. You got all the injuries that Wenger had. I'm not talking about long-term injuries. I'm talking about missing key games of the season.
Niggles and things of that nature. I get what you're saying. I hear that. I fully hear that with what you're saying. With me, it's just a manager to come in and do the basics. And I think with the resources Manchester United have, if we get a manager who just comes in and does the basics, we'll be all right. As bad as Ten Hag has been this season, and he has been woeful in so many different departments. We won the FA Cup and finished 8 points off top 4. That goes to show where we're at. Yes, will other teams improve? More highly likely. However, you still have to be there and ready if they're not of a certain level type of thing, if they have poor seasons. I think you take out the top 3 in this league, and Liverpool, there's now a question mark because now Klopp has left. There isn't really much. I'm just asking for the bit. I'm not even asking for, yes, I am asking for trophies next season, but more so, hey, a manager come in, do the basics. What is your style? And that should have been, I've said this before, the club need to decide that before they even go and approach whoever the manager is. So whether it's De Zerbi, whether it's Thomas Frank, whether it's somebody else, any manager we've been linked with, we are Manchester United. We play this way. So then when you go and interview said manager, you fit what we're trying to do, because then you're going to be on the same wavelength in terms of recruitment. And then profiles. I've said this for the longest, too many times, names. Forget names, profiles over names. They fit what we're trying to do here. So we'll see with that. You'll see, but just come in and do the basics, and I'll be over the moon. It's
Yeah,
De Zerbi
of course.
because De Zerbi's not. It's looking like it's going to be De Zerbi. He seems like it's going to be the one. Not my first choice. Wasn't my first, but it's something I can understand as to why you would go and get him. Like, yeah, it makes sense. All right, cool. If that's the way you're going to go. But then my biggest issue, not my biggest issue is, but my biggest concern is if it doesn't work with De Zerbi, it's the next manager has to play like De Zerbi.
Yeah.
It can't be you have De Zerbi, it don't work, and then you go get Nagelsmann. What? Like that don't make no, because they two completely different ends. And then after Nagelsmann, you then go get an Emery type. And then after Emery, like, no, there's no continuity. It's supposed to make sense. So if we're going down that route and it's De Zerbi, the next manager should play possession-based football. Then after him and so forth too, you get it right. Because I'm tired of managers dictating to us how we play. We play in the Van Gaal way, or we play in the Mourinho way, or the Ten Hag. No. Play the Manchester United way. Just pick one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I look at it.
No, man, I hear that still, man. And the thing is, you're too right to say that. And don't ever say you want too much just because you're a Man United supporter, innit? And as an Arsenal supporter, I know that we grew up on trophies, so that's the minimum for us. And if our clubs, if the people that's in the dugout can't give us the trophies that we deserve here, they can fuck off. Because we're not Luton. We're not those Clyde clubs. We're not even Tottenham. Is what I'm saying.
That's it.
It's like, you see what Tottenham remind me of? Tottenham remind me of, you know, like that bad bitch here that you got on your arm, but she cheated on you every Monday to Sunday. That's what I'm saying. She's not giving you nothing, but she's giving everyone else something. You get me? Yeah, that's what they remind us of. You get me? And we're clubs that's got a lot of history, like not in and out of the Premier League, whether it's Division 1 and so forth. Do you know what I'm saying? And people forget that. Yeah, so this is why we have high standards, and we shouldn't below our standards. Do you get me? Because if our standards are just to get top 4 or be in and around Europe, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, we might as well call ourselves like yourself, Spurs United, and Arsenal, fucking Hotspur Gunners. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
We might as well do that. And you know, to be honest, this ain't no shots at Tottenham, but it's the reality. This is what I'm saying. And that's the thing, like, you get me? And I'm right, like I said, first and foremost, I'm a football supporter. Everything else comes afterwards. Like, I love my club, but I see football. I don't see football from a drunken lens. Do you get me?
Yeah.
I see football for what it is. This is why I can give my honest opinion on Arsenal, whether we do good or bad. This season was decent. Hope we go next year again. And you know what? Yeah, Flawless, you had a big boy season, and congratulations.
Hey, man, love, man. Big up 110%, man. Done. Always good chopping it up with you, man. And like I said, I'm going to run these fan calling shows throughout the Euros. I was legit doing
brother. You know, brother.
Yeah, man, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Make sure you pull up, because I do want to hear your opinion throughout the Euros as well. So big up every single time, done, yeah? My
bless
bad.
Up, yeah? Everyone, like and subscribe, yeah? Love.
Big up, man. Shout out to Don, man. Always good chopping up with Don C. I will continue to drop the link in the chat, people. I will get to all the callers. One sec. That is not even that. That's the list of the call-ins. I say big up to everyone being patient. I'm just giving everyone ample time. I'm trying to keep it to 5 to 10 minutes. It may go over at times, but yeah, people, trying to keep it 5 to 10 minutes in regards to the call-ins. But run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Still over 100 of you lot in here right now. Just drop the link in the chat. I think we're staying in London, because I believe he is from London. Called him for the first time over a couple of weeks ago. Back on him. I like Taz is in the building. Yes, Taz.
Yeah.
What are you telling me?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
All blessed, man.
Nothing much, man. I'm happy.
Chat to me. You're frozen. Say again. Oh, is it on my end? Let's see. Yeah, you lot, let me know in the chat. Have I frozen or is Taz frozen? Let me know. Let me have a look here. It might be on my end still. Yeah, Taz, I can still hear you. You can chat. Say something. Yeah, he's frozen. We'll wait for him to jump out and jump back in. It's all good. Yeah, it's on his end. No worries. We'll give him a second to pattern it. It's all good. It's all good. I thought it was on me still. And to Faisal as well, who says, De Zerbi, where is it? De Zerbi, Southgate, Frank, McKenna, that's a downgrade. There's only 5 elite managers. All I would say to that is, yo, the link's there to call in. If you want to have the conversation, let's have the conversation. I think Taz is back, but I think he's freezing. I think it is. Taz, let me know in the private chat. Don't worry, man. I'll get you one. Yeah, nephew, I thought it was me. But more often than not, it's been good. How many? I got 57 likes. What we doing out here, man? Run up the likes, people. Run up the likes, man. Get us up to 70 likes. I don't think. All right, we'll wait for Taz. Yo, Kevin C, you there, my guy? You there? Yeah, let me bring on Kevin. Always, again, you lot. I do so many streams. I know names. I know faces. I'm saying, but I can't remember where he's calling in from, but I know it's stateside and that. I forgot his team, I'm not gonna lie. But we got Kevin C in the building. My Don, what are you saying?
What's up, man? From New Jersey and United, bro.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't remember who it was. I hate getting people's teams wrong. So yeah, man. Floor is yours, Kevin. Should Ten Hag be sacked first and foremost?
All good, bro. All good. Man, of course. Like let's not beat around the bush here. Like all of a sudden, like we win a cup, all of a sudden everyone's like, if we sack this manager, it's a disgrace. We need to give him more time. But a couple weeks ago, the narrative was completely different. The majority, in my opinion, I think, from what I've seen on social media, you know, you had your ERIK Ten Hageners, you know, your cultists or whatever, but then everyone else was kind of like understanding to like, you know, this wasn't a good season. All of a sudden, we win a cup and everyone's like wants to forget all of that, you know, and I think that we shouldn't, you know, I think that I feel like we didn't give the same energy to Ale, you know, we didn't give the same energy like Faz was saying to Jose Mourinho. You know what I mean? Like people just want to change, like people just want to change narratives to suit their agendas, and that's what it is. Right. People keep forgetting that this manager has been backed. Like every time I look back into like old shows, like people say Jose wasn't backed. People say all these players weren't really backed. The last season that Jose had, people said that he wasn't backed, right? And that he was unfairly sacked because of that. But this guy has been backed, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's not his fault because he didn't have a structure. So it's like, you know what I mean? People want to like change the narratives when like they were saying one thing before, and now they're saying, oh, it's, you know, it's because of the structure. And listen, we all know the structure is an issue. The structure is here now, so let's start new. You know what I mean? It's like these men are very sensationalist, and I don't get it because we win a cup. People wanna be very emotional, and it's like you haven't. Let's say it's like if you haven't bagged Gal in like a while, right? And you finally bag a 6 out of 10 or something like that, right? And then she's toxic or whatever, and you know you're just vibing with it, and it's like all right, and then you can be getting a 16 out of 10 Gal, right? And you're like, I can, you know, and you're like, nah, I'm comfortable with what I got. You know what I mean? Because men are simps. that's what it is. Like people just are afraid. In my opinion, they're just afraid of change, and it's okay, man. It's emotion, you know. And I get it. I get it that they're emotional because of the cup, but it's like I have this guy that I do a show with sometimes about United, and he's like, if ERIK Ten Hag leaves, if they sack him, we're gonna riot. I'm like, what? We're gonna riot? Oh my god, dude! I'm like, wait, I'm gonna wait until I do a show with this guy so I can cook this guy, because
I know you ready. I can tell. We spoken enough, so I know your thoughts on it. Like we riot.
I'm like, dude, billionaire invests $3.5 billion on a new club and wants to make changes. Breaking news, bro. Like. ERIK Ten Hag, these guys don't have no loyalty to ERIK Ten Hag. It's not their men. It's not the guy. You know, so it's just people are afraid of change, and like you try to debunk a lot of the injury crisis, which is very true. And I just wanted to add on to that, like people like we didn't have Martinez and we didn't have Shaw, which is fine, but people say that we don't have a left back at all because of Malacia, and then they're like, oh, we don't have a left back to implement our style of play. I hear the Martinez excuse because like the way he plays off in the back, we don't really have a player like that in the team. I hear it, but I don't hear the Luke Shaw one because we played Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Delo in the final, and guess what? We got a result. We got a result against the best team in Europe without a proper left back. So I'm not hearing this, but you know why? It's because of the structure. Because we haven't been losing mostly because of our defense or because of the left back. We've been losing because of the midfield. Games are won and lost in the midfield, and people don't understand that. We had majority of players of midfielders. We had a lot of midfielders available to put a pivot of 2 to protect our center backs. If your center backs, if you don't have good center backs, and if you have an injury crisis with center backs, you need to do your best to not expose these center backs. You need to protect these center backs no matter what. And he says it all the time. I don't have the players. Okay, that's fine. You don't have the players, but don't set us up to a point where we get embarrassed. To a point where you're breaking records. And it's things like that are common sense. Like protect your center backs. And this guy hasn't been doing that. He just started
Basics.
doing this. Exactly.
Basics. It's really
Basics.
just not. It's not profound. It's not out of this world. It's not next level. Hey, you know what? My centre backs are not the best. Let me put 2 midfielders in front of them.
Bro, if we can see this, how can a guy like ERIK Ten Hag not see it? You know what I mean? And for me, it's like these excuses are just out of this world. And you know, ERIK Ten Hag style needs world-class players, needs a world-class number 6, needs a world-class world-class players to do what he wants to do. But in reality, like in reality, we're not that team, and we're not going to be that team. We need to identify a style, not have, like you were saying in the previous call, we need to identify a style, right? And have the manager come in to play to our style, to play to the way we want to play. You know what I mean? Instead of it being the other way around. That's the mistake that we've done. So why wouldn't Ineos not sack ERIK Ten Hag if they want to implement their style, and ERIK Ten Hag's style is completely different, right? Why are you going to rely on ERIK Ten Hag to play your style when he has shown you that he can't play any other style? Only counterattack at times, but I don't want to be that counter-attacking team the whole time. That was us under Ali. We're supposed to change that. And I get that you have to play counter-attacking style in certain games, like the City game, you know what I mean? Like in the FA Cup, or maybe like in a Liverpool game.
Yeah, there's certain moments where you go, all right, a team's better than you, or we're best suited to hit them on the counter-attack. Makes sense. Don't go to the Etihad or Anfield or the Emirates and go try play open football. That's just dumb.
Of course.
That's just foolish if you don't have the players for that. But go on. Go on, carry on, Kevin.
It's the structure of the team, of how he sets it up. And this is why I'm not hearing the whole structure thing. Dude, we've been saying this all season. This is nothing new. People want to just change narratives because we won a cup. We've been saying this all season, Flawless. All damn season, dude. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. And we've seen that he can't really identify player profiles very well. He can't. You know, he's putting Amrabat on left back, and people are like, "Oh, we don't have any more players to put in." Like, dude, no. Like, I'm sure we had other center backs that game, and it's just other dumb things that he wants to do, like I said, like expose the midfield and continue to play the same players that haven't been performing, like Rashford, like Garnacho, like all these players. Hounded out Sancho when in reality we needed Sancho. We could have done with Sancho this season.
Could have played false 9, to be honest. If you're gonna play false 9, he could have played false 9.
Exactly. And you know why? Because this guy's an egomaniac. He's an egomaniac. He's shown us, you know, not just on the pitch but off the pitch, that he doesn't know how to manage players well. Sir Alex was I'm not saying that he should be Sir Alex, right? But that's a manager right there who can identify, who can say, he knows what to say to the media, he knows what to say to them, when to say it, how to say it to them, because he knows how they're going to react. He doesn't understand that. He can't comprehend that. He's not that type of man. He's not a good man manager, in my opinion, and also game management too. Like, it just this season is just been a shambles, man. And yeah, man. Personally, I want him out, but we need to get the right player with the right manager.
I was gonna say, what manager you want next? Who's on your list? So realistic and then unrealistic.
I would have liked Hansi Flick because he's he won trophies, he's proven. But I would want Inzaghi and the guy from Girona. But the thing about it is,
Michelle,
they're not from the Premier League, so we can maybe have the same issue that we did, or similar issues that we did with ERIK Ten Hag because of that. So my first choice would be De Zerbi, because I've seen him do it in the Premier League. I've seen him get the best out of play. I've seen him play from the back with players like Dunk. I've seen him, like, let's not forget the last game, even though, he hasn't been, he didn't get the results that he wanted. Let's not forget last game, how he dominated possession, how he bopped us up the park the first half with players like Barco, like this young dude, like this ginger dude. Who the hell is this guy? You know what I mean? It's like they're literally like championship players, or you know what I mean? I'm not to be like
just unknown. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
But it's true. We would cook. Imagine him or a manager like that. Imagine a manager like that in this team. We would cook, man. We would absolutely cook. And people are just afraid of change, and that's okay. But you know what? He's gonna get sacked anyway. So I just hope that we get the right manager in. And if we don't, it's okay. We'll change again. Like it
That's
happens. It is
it.
what it
Hey,
is.
Kevin, that's my thing is, and I've been saying, oh, what if the next manager don't work? All right, you know what you
Or
do?
like,
You go get
oh,
the
you
next
won't give him,
manager.
or you won't give him time, or you're gonna be saying the same thing about the next manager.
If you don't
So,
work, yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Just because, you know what I'm saying, my last gal was a dickhead, the next one I got is also a dickhead, doesn't mean that she wasn't, they both are. So you move on. Like, what is this thing? You just stay with it. No, like, until you find the right, we could be 5 managers, 10 managers. We may be 20 managers away from the next successful one. Guess what? Keep sacking managers till you get one, because that's what we've done in the past. Between Ferguson, between Busby, what did we do, people? Wikipedia is free. Go to the Manchester United manager list and look at the managers who were sacked during that period. From Matt Busby to Sir Alex Ferguson, from those 2 sirs, all the way through, there's like 4 or 5 managers we sacked during that period. What are we doing here?
100%. We have allowed our standards to drop, you know, and I don't know about you, but I'm tired of seeing City, you know, win.
Yes, I am tired of that shit.
And Champions Leagues, and I get it that we won the FA Cup and we stopped them from doing the double. I hear all of that, but the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup is fine. But in my opinion, it's sort of papering over the cracks of the shitty season that we had. Excuse my language. That the crap city season that we've had, finishing 8th place in the Premier League, breaking records with a negative goal difference. What was it, 83 goals or something like that we conceded or something? I don't know, but dude, it's literally, there's a whole list of records that this guy has broken, and for me, it's all about the league, and that's our bread and butter. And for me, the league is a true representation of where you are as a team, because you need to be doing it through a 38 game season, not just a 1 millimeter offside, because you need luck. And to win competitions, you need luck 100%. And we had that in the FA Cup, which is great, and we took advantage of that, right? But there's fine margins. And another day, Ali could have won the Europa League. On another day, we could have gone out against Coventry. But throughout the season, a 38 game, you can say these guys deserve to win the league because they've been the most consistent the whole season. This is what I want. And I know I'm taking too much time, but yeah,
that's man. Cool. You're making great points. I was literally just looking. I was listening. I got this other laptop here. I was just looking at the manager list because we was talking about it in regards to who we had in between.
Who would you want? I know you wanted.
Me, it was Flick. Flick was initially. Amorim was my number 2. That would now be the number 1 pick. Out of the manager list, De Zerbi, I see it. I get it. Even though he's not ideal, because I see Faisal and others talking in the chat, I have my reservations about De Zerbi. Yes, there is cons to De Zerbi, but guess what? Any manager we get, there's cons to. There's no manager, it's all pros and no cons. Don't exist whatsoever. There's no manager on the if we were to get Pep right now, who most people say is the best. Let's say we were to get Pep. You telling me there ain't cons to Pep? We don't have Pep's, what's it called? We don't have Pep's we don't have Manchester City structure. You know what I'm saying? We can't get the recruitment. Can he deal with these players, etc., etc.? Like, the thing is, and yes, there'd be few and far between, but that's Pep. If we were to go get Carlo Ancelotti, they'd be, he don't have Real Madrid structure. We can't get the quality of players that Real Madrid want, etc., etc. They're the 2 best managers to me in Europe right now. They're the 2 of the best right now. So, and if they're the 2 of the best and there's still cons to them, of course there's going to be cons to De Zerbi, Amorim, Flick, Thomas Frank. The list goes. Who's this perfect manager? It's like man getting with a girl. You don't think there's cons to a girl? What are we talking about? You got to show me this perfect woman.
There's a risk getting into a relationship.
You get as close to. That's what you try and do. You get as close to. What are we doing here? She might just live far away. That's a con.
Don't get any gal. That's it. Like,
yes,
be by yourself. That's what that's
just by yourself. Like, man mentioned Michelle. There'd be cons to Michelle. That's why I don't hear the whole. Don't get such and such because of this. Every manager has cons. There's a negative or negatives. Let me pluralize that. There's negatives to any manager we name. Me and Kevin could sit here and you lot could list every single manager and we could name cons for him. Whether we rated him or we didn't. Come on, man. Let's be sensible.
That's facts. And thanks for letting us, have that platform, man, because Because listen, at the end of the day, there's going to be risks. Whether we keep the manager or whether we don't keep the manager, there's going to be risks, 100%. But for me, I've seen enough evidence that to know that there's going to be more of a risk keeping this manager here, and his structure is not going to be so. It's not going to be implemented that well for it to properly work like people say it's going to work under Ten Hag. It's going to be another year, another 3-year process. I'm not with that. Right now, we need a manager that can get the best out of the players that we got, and then little by little, the players aren't the best. And we all know that the players need to change. No one's saying that the players don't need to change. These players aren't good enough. You've been saying that since last year. You've been saying that since last
year.
Players
are still not good enough, but you work out with what you utilize best what you have.
Of course,
even with the players not being good enough, you still utilize it. But hey,
and that's why I thank you for letting us have this platform, because I've seen a lot of platforms of when we're fans, we're gonna be we're gonna have our own opinions. But I don't appreciate these toxic fans that like, oh, you're not a real United fan if you don't want ERIK Ten Hag in, or they start cursing me out. Oh, you're from the US. You're from the US. You don't know what you're talking about, Belland and all these things.
Right? Yeah. Rubbish. I really disagree with that. I say it all the time. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Kevin.
All these sensationalist cultists. That's what they are. This guy Goldbridge, Charles Manson. That's what he is, because he runs a cult on all these ERIK Ten Hag inners. And this is. People think that we're causing negativity, but we're not. We're just speaking straight facts. We want the best for our club at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And I'm sure there's the same from the other side. But these sensationalist people, and this is why I thank you and like people like Saeed and Rance and for letting us have our say. And and they bring other people on. And I know Saeed is like, okay, he sends the link and people come on and have their say, because that's what it's about. And that's why I thank you and I appreciate it all the time, man. When you have me on and you have other people, it's important that we express that side of ourselves, and it's just common sense to me. But to others, they may see it different because they're filled with emotion and they're so used to having Sir Alex or they have this project. They want a project manager in Arteta, because I saw Saeed is like, yo, I want him sacked because then this narrative won't run. But let me debunk that narrative, because Arteta, ERIK Ten Hag has won more trophies than Arteta in 2 seasons, and Arteta has just won 1. And then you're keeping Arteta as the bar, right? As the bar for the project.
Thank you.
How does that make any sense? That's
no sense, Kevin. And to Jabada, who's saying that, I don't rate Arteta either. Exactly. I think personally, I ain't gonna lie. Personally, I think he's cost Arsenal 2 league titles. If 100%. I was an Arsenal fan, I would be livid. I 100%. Would be absolutely livid if it's funny because I'm a United fan. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be livid. The chances you get to win the Premier League are few and far between. Good to great chances which they've had over the 2 years is ridiculous. Ryan, the reason why I didn't say I don't rate Arteta, but again, you don't listen. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we move. But as I was saying, yes, like he's cost them to me and played a major part in them not winning 2 league titles. That's it.
Well, not only league titles, but you had the chance to win a Europa League. You had the chance to win an FA Cup. You had a chance to win a Carabao Cup. And, he didn't want to do that because he wants to put his eggs in one basket in the Premier League. But doesn't that show that maybe you're not ready? Doesn't that show that like maybe he's not the man to compete on all fronts? Isn't that what you want as an elite club? So
hey, Kevin, you know what the crazy part is? A lot of doing this and talking to a lot of fans, not so much overseas fans, but in particular fans from the UK, a lot of fans don't want that at all costs. They don't want their team to win. They want it just to they want them to have a warm feeling towards the side. So they want youth players in there. I know we win a certain way and things like that. A lot of people are not, a lot of fans are not a win at all costs. That's lot of fans are not, and I thought we was all on the same page with that. As United supporters, I thought we all wanted the same thing. And it turns out now, that should be top of the list. For a lot of fans, it's second and third. A lot of fans would be like, if you said now, oh, Manchester United will win the Premier League next season, but no youth player will get into the side for the entire. No youth player will be in the squad. A lot of fans would say no.
There's an obsession.
A lot of fans say no. Yeah,
there's an obsession with young players. Like look at Chelsea. Yeah. Look at Arsenal. Look at us. Oh, he's brought the best out of the youth. He's bringing the youth. This and that, bro. The youth is great and all, but if we don't win nothing, and if we don't win major honors with the youth, I don't care. I would trade that all to win titles, to win, the big trophies that I want, and to be consistent throughout the Premier League. So you're totally right. There is an obsession with young players and young managers, but I don't get that as a football fan. I don't get it.
Are you quality or not? That's what I care about. Like, can you help us on the pitch? But Kevin, you mentioned that you do a show. Let people know where they can find that show and what you do and stuff before I let you go.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's under my channel, Football Soccer TV, and then I do a show with United in the States as well. Okay. Some guys from Jersey. We do a show with some guy named Mo Cisse from I think he's from London. So yeah, I'll DM you.
Yeah,
Paul.
drop the links in the chat. Drop the links in the chat.
For real,
because I think people want to tap in.
And I'm working on some beats for you because I remember you sent me some stuff
that
you wanted. Yeah,
football. Send that my way. Yeah. Come.
So I'll send you some beats that I've been working on. Just use it for anything, man.
I appreciate it.
Just keep doing your music. I'm a musician too, so we gotta support.
I hear that, man. Respect, man, Kevin. Drop the links in the chat, yeah, as you go.
Will do, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me,
every single time, man. Shout out to Kevin every single time. You already know. Shout out to Kevin, New Jersey, man. All about giving people their platform. No echo chambers over here. As you lot know, you know what I'm saying? Who, what? Well, let me just clarify to this. One owner of his own channel gets called a dickhead on a daily basis. Who gets crashed on? My team gets crashed on. I get crashed on. That's one thing we're not over here. It's no echo chamber at Sarcasm City TV. But we're going from New Jersey, heading back to the UK. Another United fan is back in the building. Yes, Taz.
Oh my God, please. As long, bro, I'm praying my Wi-Fi does not crash out.
It's calm, man. No stress, man. Wi-Fi issues ain't on you.
Just like Ten Hag, my Wi-Fi needs to go. But honestly, this FA Cup win, I'm gassed. But I knew that once we won the FA Cup, the amount of reactionary fans you were going to get. I've seen fans on Twitter talking about, "Dear Ineos, please don't sack Ten Hag." But how are you going to write a letter about a board for a manager that got us 8th? A manager where I can make a list of all the teams we smashed by. I can make a list about all the teams that have smashed us, and it'll be longer than a Harry Potter installment. That's how bad it gets. And it's even worse when the manager we all want gone has won more trophies in the last 2 years than Super Mikel Arteta. What else is happening? And apparently you're a fake fan if you want Ten Hag out. And if you don't have a Manchester accent, then you're a glory hunter, even though my team is 8th. Like, my brain can't compute with some of these arguments. There's just so much to go through about United. But the FA Cup, this is what I mean. Like, Ten Hag, no matter how bad we all think he is, in terms of cups, the guy knows how to win a trophy. But at the same time, why can't I have a manager that wants to win cup trophies and challenge at the league? And then you've got fans saying, but if we keep the players, if you sack the managers, the players get to stay. Why can't I get rid of both type of players? Why can't I get rid of a Bruno Fernandes or a Marcus Rashford and get rid of a Ten Hag and have a complete reset? Like, I'm not just blaming the manager, I'm blaming 50-50. Like, it's 50-50. But it just doesn't it's just nothing's ever simple, is it? Nothing is ever simple.
It's crazy.
But
honestly, Kevin mentioned it. It's crazy. Yeah, in regards to people trying to go at, because they can't poke holes in your footballing argument. It's all like with Kevin mentioned there, or your stateside, or you mentioned there, or you don't have a Manchester accent. What does either of those two? What does either of those two have to do with your footballing opinion on Manchester United? Nothing. Has no bearing whether I agreed with you or disagreed with you. Taz, I never be like, oh, you don't have a Manc accent, so you can't have a say. No, I talk about what your footballing argument and like, well, what are we doing here? Foolishness. I never. That's how
I know. That's how I know I've won the argument. Literally.
Yeah, 100%. Because they can't try that shit with me because I got the Manc accent, so they can't run that. But go on.
But it's crazy though. But do you want to know the only time I could see Arteta ever winning the Premier League?
Go on.
If he's ever wearing this jersey, that is the only time he'll probably win a league in my lifetime. He ain't winning it next season. But low key, I don't want to 5-peat for Man City, so it's. But
our next manager got to do the business, man. Let's go, man.
You're saying our next manager, yeah. But if this board decides to change their mind after one cup game, then what is the point of having these board members when we could have just had the fans instead? Literally. I mean, what else is there? I was gonna say the Ineos, yeah. I don't get the fans though. Like, some of the fans that are complaining, saying I'm going to be Ineos out if they sack Ten Hag, are the same fans that were like complaining about the Glazers having footballing decisions, Ed Woodward having football decisions, Richard Arnold, and you wanted a football board that made decisions not based on reactionary viewpoints or fan type opinions and just went ruthlessness. the one time they're gonna act ruthlessness in terms of sacking Ten Hag, you're like, I'm gonna change my tune now and beat Ineos out.
Because you know what that is, Taz, when people say, oh, I don't want the Glazers to have football in control. I want footballing people in charge. It's all well and good until they do something you don't like. How can you be like all for Ineos? Because I've never been all for Ineos, but how can you be all Ineos in, love this great takeover, and then as soon as they do something you like, it's like, I want them out. When they're holding the manager and the club to a certain standard. That goes to show where people are at. Feelings, man. It's all what's in your heart. Rather than actually look at the facts.
But in terms of manager choices, Hansi Flick is probably a majority of people's favourites. It's gone to Barca, cool. De Zerbi and Tuchel, I don't mind. The only managers that I would possibly keep Ten Hag over is Southgate and Pochettino. I'm not taking that forward gate anywhere near OT. Pochettino, he can, I don't know what he's going to do. He can chill where he's at, getting that brilliant P45 from Chelsea, a compensation. You can chill. But anything else, but thing is, right, people talk about, oh, we can't find a new manager and that. Bro, do you know how we pay board members to look at these type of scenarios? We pay big money for the Baradas, the Wilcox, the Ashrafs, even David Brailsford, cool. They all have an element of experience to be able to be like, okay, maybe if you find an unknown manager, cool. Bring him to the team, have a philosophy, a principle, play for the men's, the youth, and just carry on from there. So by the time you sack the new manager, you'll get a new manager that plays the same type of philosophy. So the players don't have to learn. You don't have to use the excuse of like when you went from like Van Gaal to Mourinho, for example. That's just my opinion. But at the same time, what was it? There was something I was going to say. I genuinely forgot. But I think in terms of United and this Ten Hag, what do you call it? Sentimental thing is just like you people say the but injury, centre back stuff. Why? So what was the reason to why our midfield was so wide open when it came to every single match we played this season? Exactly. Was it the centre back's fault? Centre back injury's fault? We were bottom of a Champions League group game, like our group stages, right? And you can't even say centre backs were the issue because I remember we lost to Copenhagen when we had Varane and Maguire playing literally in the back four. That's a Champions League winning centre back right there and a World Cup winner. And Maguire's an England starter. What excuse is there to lose to teams like Copenhagen, Galatasaray, and stuff like that? It's just that's all I've got to say, man. Before my Wi-Fi crashes down again.
No, that's all good, man. You spot on. Before you go, so out of the two you mentioned, unrealistic. You did mention Flick. What manager would you like next out of realistic options?
Both bring different types out of one. One brings good possession, you could say hipster football, and the other's got trophies. But at the same time, that's a tough one for me. You know what? I'd say De Zerbi.
De Zerbi, okay. First.
Different type of football. I don't know. I think he might be a longer term, but even if you do sack him, there'll be another manager that might play his possession football anyway. So
I agree.
Got to look at a longer term point. But either way, I'm happy with either one of them.
No, I agree with that 100%. No, fully. But hey, Taz, great call as always, man. Make sure you call back in again. You know what I'm saying? Love a good call, man. It's big up Taz every single time, man. Bless up. Shout out to Taz, man. Always good chopping it up. So he was in New Jersey, then he was in London. You know what I'm saying? Now we go in Yorkshire. You know what I'm saying? King is in the building. My done. What you saying, King? You good?
Big up Flawless. Obviously, it being a sensational past few days. My team winning more trophies than Arsenal. Hey, remember Flawless? Remember what you said last week, Flawless? Remember, Man United don't let Arsenal don't let Man United win the FA Cup.
No, that was with the FA Cup.
I mean, where's Morgan Gibbs White, fam? Where Troops, fam? Where's he at now, fam? Where? Where's this guy at? This guy was talking about also have more clean sheets than Man United have wins. Well, we have more trophies now than you in the last 11 years. How about that for us? Troops, how about that? And I want Flawless to go on back again and remind him every time of that stat also. But I want Flawless to run with that stat. I want every United fan in the chat to say we won more trophies than Arsenal in the last 11 years. That's what I want. That's what I want to hear on the back again. Everyone running that agenda. I want to hear. I want to hear it, bro. Because
that's bad for you.
Because all these Arsenal fans give it the big talk, saying that we've got the more clean sheets, we got the most the defense, we got a dog called Win. Everyone say hi to Declan. You know, like that. Yeah, all of these stuff. Man United Stadium's falling down. Despite of all of these stuff, we won more trophies than you. And this is the thing. And I've always talked about this with Arsenal Football Club, right? What's going to happen to Arsenal is that they're not going to win anything under Arteta. Does everyone remember when everyone was hyping up Belgium, saying, "Oh, this is the golden generation"? And what did Belgium win? What did Belgium with their team? This golden generation. These Arsenal fans are acting like they've got a golden generational squad. That's what all these Arsenal fans act like. And this is going to be the same. You man aren't going to win any trophies. And I hear troops talking about Declan, Blockout, Rice and Peas, fam. Right? In the big games, he didn't step up. But you know who did step up? Copy Blood Clot Manu stepped up, like that, fam.
Main event Manu, mate. Out here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, man. And all these Arsenal fans saying, I heard Troop say this, how can Manchester United fans support Man City winning the league, this and that. We don't want Man City to win the league. We should put some of us prefer Man City to win the league than you, because all of you man run up your mouth when you haven't won anything major. So this is what it is. Like, you're saying you want respect. You saying you want respect. You don't get respect from processors, from calling for planting trees on the training ground. You really think you get respect for that? Seriously, like, and all these Arsenal fans were talking about, they are unstoppable. Man City are weaker, and now the narrative has turned after when Man City won the league. It's 1-1-5. It's 1-1-5. Pep Guardiola generational. This Man City team generational. But all you Arsenal fans weren't saying that at the start of this season. What happened? You said Man City are weaker. I'm just saying. I've just highlighted all the things, bro, and the last thing on Arsenal, yeah. All you Arsenal fans were saying, how can Man United fans cook us? How can Man United fans cook us? Because we've won more trophies in the last 2 seasons, and we won more trophies in the last decade. That's why we can talk to you, man, because we won more trophies than you, man. So you man can hold that. So so you man can hold that. Yeah, because you man act like you are Real Madrid level. All these Arsenal fans were talking about, Manchester United or Chelsea level. You think you are Real Madrid level, but you're not. So let's stop doing this, Arsenal. And the difference is, between me and you other Arsenal fans, I cook my team every week on this show. When I speak about Manchester United, I cook my own team. You man don't cook your own team. You man just get behind. You man just get behind the team just for the sake of it. That's the difference. You man always come up with excuses with all your big players and with Mikel Arteta, instead of looking at the hard reality of facts, people. You know, like that. So
talk your shit, fam. Talk your shit.
So this is what it is, bro. So I know where my team's at, bro, and I've said this, and I've said this about my team on shows. Yeah, I completely agree with like all the other callers what they've talked about today about Man United saying that the club needs to identify this a style of play, and I think it's going to be possession based football because Wilcox was saying. I heard Wilcox say I think that he wanted to play possession based football. That's what I've heard. So I think it's more likely that we're going to get De Zerbi. So. And like you said, Flawless, this motion about we can't sack this manager, we're going to go backwards, absolute nonsense, mate. If you absolute nonsense.
Yo, you know how I know you meant that? Because you never sounded more Yorkshire, man. That's why it cracked me up. That's like me when I started. And you hear the man accent, that was absolute
it is though, because if Flawless is not doing his job right, if Rance is not doing his job right, if I'm in a job and I'm not doing my job, guess what happens, people? We get sacked. So
that's the craziest thing is people will hold me, content creator Flawless, to a higher standard than Ten Hag at Manchester United. If I start underperforming at this job, start fucking around, I'm not live every day, and the schedule's all over the place. And 1 week Talk Your Ish is 4:30 p.m. Monday. Then the next week it's a Friday at 12 a.m. And then the next week the show's not on, etc. And I'm talking over people and all my hosts about and all that. People don't stop tuning in, or the channel fell off, or don't watch Sarcasm TV no more, or this, that, and the third. But then we'll watch this crap that this man's still back in. And he's on more than quadruple the wages. He's on a life-changing amount of money. Life-changing.
Yeah. And
people hold me to a higher standard.
Yeah.
And like you said, a Saeed and a Rance and a Lewis and a Troops, etc. Hold us all who are critical at League Gunner, all of us who are critical of our team, but yet they'll hold us as content creators to a high standard is much.
High standard. Like this is another thing, right? Because people. All I'm hearing of the excuse why we should keep Ten Hag is because of the injuries. So let's get this right. So basically, you're saying Ten Hag can't play the football, and you're saying the reason why we finished 8th is because we had 2 left backs out and we had the centre back out. Okay. Is that what all these men are on? Are these men? I don't know if these men are on a Wiz Khalifa Snoop Dogg thing. You know what I mean? Smoking weed every day. I don't know what these men are on, but like, bro, I don't know what these men are seriously on, bro. Like, this is the thing. Like, you can't. Like, come on, let's stop doing this. Like, bro, everyone think Luke Shaw's the savior. We've known for a decade Luke Shaw's not good enough for Man United.
Not the savior, man. He's not the Messiah. He's Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's Lucas Shaw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's left back. That's it. Nothing special.
This is the thing as well, yeah. What I get. Okay, people are hyping up Bruno Fernandes for his performance against Man City, yeah. Oh, because he played one good pass. Where's the other passes being in the 38 in the 38 and in the 15 games? Where was that? Where was that quality? But when we speak about some of these players are not good enough because they don't have the technical ability and they don't have the IQ. Oh, we're toxic. You're being toxic and negative. Toxic and negative. You're being toxic and negative. Shout out my guy Northside for that song, you know, like that. So, the Northside created a toxic and negative song. And that's what apparently what us Man United fans are, because we be real. We don't want these teenagers. We don't want to give these play. If you say they are not good enough, you're negative. No, bro. It's either you're good at football or you're not, bro. I don't care if this player looks good in a certain system. I don't care how old he is. Are you good enough to play football? Yes or no? And if you're not, then get out of this football club. That's how it should be. So these are players like Bruno, Rashford, Garnacho, and even Højlund had a decent game. But I've spoke about Hoyland, his fundamentals before, and I don't think Hoyland's good enough to play for the football club. But hey, apparently I am negative, like that. So this, so this is what it is, people. We speak facts on here. Facts don't care about your feelings, like that. So facts don't care about your feelings. And obviously, shout out Northside, because after the FA Cup, I was obviously on his channel cooking all the Arsenal fans, and me and I will send the link in the chat. Obviously, shout out Matthew as well, who's waiting on the call list. He was on. He was on as well. So shout out Matthew.
Together? Were you both on at the same time, or was it separate? You and Matthew?
Northside brought me on first, and then he brought on Matthew, and then he brought.
I know. And then he brought. You man ran riot, yo. I know what you and Matthew are like. I know you.
Yeah, man. Me and Matthew ran riot. We were cooking Arsenal, we were cooking Arsenal. Obviously, we were speaking about the structure, about Sir Jim Ratcliffe and all of that. But yeah, we were cooking the Arsenal fans. We were going in, fam. Like that, because it has to be done, people. Because Arsenal fans expect to not to take it. If you talk this much, you have to take it. You have to take the pain. You have to take it. Like, it's simple as that. You can't get in your feelings after everything that you've been chatting about all season about my team and not expect to take it, because we take it on a daily basis. Take it on.
I do the show with Northside and League on a weekly, and it's like, yeah, it's all jokes and running jokes and running bants. But hey, King, I gotta let you go. Great call as always, but I always enjoy talking.
Big up. Everyone subscribe to Flawless. Everyone also go out and check out Mandem Talk, because I just watched Mandem Talk, and that was freaking jokes. So Marcel and Tyrone, obviously I know that you man want to back Ten Hag. I know that I know that we don't back the same opinion. But you man are hilarious the way that you come across. So this is what it is, people. This is what it is.
Hey, big up King every single time, man.
Big up, man.
Every single time, man. My dog, shout out to King, man. Always a great call, man. Like, that's one thing. The regular callers on here, like you lot, it lets me know why you gravitate towards the channel. So going from King to another United fan. I'm saying we're going from Yorkshire, heading back up to London. My like Matthew is in the building. Yes, Matthew, what are you telling me, man?
Yo, man.
What are you saying, yo?
I believe the last time I was on here, it was before the FA Cup final.
Yes, it was. Yeah. It was before the FA Cup final. Yes.
Football's a funny game, isn't it?
It's a humbler.
Yeah, it's a humbler.
It's a humbler. Word to Grizz.
Arsenal, I ain't done with you. I ain't done yet. Yeah, because you thought you man not winning this league title would be the end of it. No, I'm not done, people. I am not done. Yeah, the fact that we've won a trophy, our shit manager has won more trophies than Arteta, fam. Man, like Farteta. Yeah, crazy, innit? It's mad how the game works, you know. The game is the game, bro. Don't hate the play, hate the game, people.
Game is the game.
Bro, it's crazy. Word to Triple H, bro. It's time to play the game, fam. It's peak out here, bro. Football heritage wins again. You know them ones, yeah? City stealing our chance, bro. Nah, less of that, bro. Less of that, bro. And I saw the way Jim was hugging Pep, yeah, and he was giving Ten Hag the cold shoulder, bro. Telling man that you won't be here next season. I love it. I can't lie. I absolutely love it, bro. I absolutely love it, man. I can't lie. Yeah, I'm so happy with the FA Cup win, bro. I went shout out King as well, because we were on Northside stream, yeah.
Yeah, that's
and I was chilling, fam. I can't lie.
Yeah,
we were chilling, bro. But obviously, don't get it mistaken, bro. This board fraud still needs to go. Don't
agree with that.
Don't get that twisted, man. Like, obviously, like I said, yeah, to my peoples, I was like, yo, The perfect scenario for me is to win this FA Cup, yeah, and he leaves straight afterwards. Like that'd be perfect for me, 100%. Because like I was on Saeed's playback the other day, yeah. Big up Saeed for putting me on, yeah. But I was arguing with this brother, yeah, called the United Take, and he's Ten Hag in. And we were listening to interviews with Ten Hag, and I kind of had to like just mute it because I don't want to hear this guy's voice. You know them ones. And he was kind of like, "Oh, we should keep Ten Hag. Injuries, this, that." And I was like, "No, bro, you shouldn't be here. You should not be here." And I was giving him reasons. I was like, "Bro, he's done this, bro. He's done way too much wrong to be here, bro. Yeah. If we want to go with injuries, right? There's a lot of factors that play into injuries. Yeah, it's how the manager manages the players. It's either the players not managing themselves well, or it's the medical staff, bro. It could be a combination of both. Why the hell are you doing intense training, yeah, when you know your squad is not fit, bro? That's what pre-season's for. Like, come on. Like, let's not be stupid here. Like, bro. Like, he's done and if I get into some of the shit this guy's done, yeah, let me not even start, bro. I heard this man's falling out with Casemiro. Shock.
I did hear that.
Another player he's falling out with, man.
Yeah,
another one. Like, another one bites the dust, bro. But you know the ones. We should keep him for one more year. Yeah, keep him for one more year. Give him another £1 billion to spend, bro. Like, allow it, man. Get out of it. He needs to be binned, bro. Like, we've had better managers before him come here and be sacked, bro.
Facts.
Like Louis Van Gaal, bro, finished 6th year and won an FA Cup, bro. And he finished 5th the year before that, I believe. All right? He got sacked here straight after the FA Cup. Why is Ten Hag the exception? Why?
Agreed.
Why? Like, bro, we should not do this, yeah? Like, I'm glad we won that FA Cup, but we need to start moving, yeah? Like a football club that is serious. If we want to be doing serious damage next season, and if we want to be making our way back to the top, he can't be here. He cannot be here. And don't get it twisted. Some of these players do need to go, but I'm telling you now, yeah, there are certain players in the squad, yeah, a few that are not as bad as you man think. I promise you, they're not as bad, bro. They're not. I promise you, like, bro. Some of these players, yeah, that were here under Ollie, yeah, were doing much better than this, bro. So why is it when this guy is here now, and he's spent what 400 million in 18 months, like, and he's doing this fuckery? It's like, nah, he needs to leave, bro. Don't get it twisted.
Rap show's over. It's over.
Exactly,
show's done,
bro. He
man.
needs to fuck off, blood. Like, listen, like a lot of these men that are Ten Hag in, it tells me that if your girl cheats on you once, you'll stay with her, and if she cheats twice, let me give her the third year, you know, allow it, man. She'll be through the mandem by the time that happens, bro. Like, allow that, man. Honestly, bro. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Obviously, I was watching Random Talk, yeah. I was laughing, bro. I can't lie, because Marcel was coping, bro. Like, I was hearing quotes of, if we keep Ten Hag for 2-3 more years, we can win a Premier League and Champions League. Yeah, listen, bro. I logged out after that. I'll be real. That was crazy. That was crazy, man. I can't lie, bro. He should really be a politician. I can't lie,
that's what Faz said to him. Still, Faz did say that. To him.
Yeah, bro. Faz was right. He needs to be a politician, fam. That's crazy, you know. Them statements are mad. I'll be real. But yeah, obviously, I'm just looking forward to next season. Hopefully, he won't be here.
That's what. Yes,
we'll roll through. I believe. Play some good football, and yeah, we'll keep it moving, innit? And obviously, you know the drill. If this guy's not here, if this guy still is here, it's Ineos out. You know that. We all know this, bro.
That's the vibe. That's my vibe. I've said that. If he's still here,
100%.
Takes pre-season, it's a wrap. Show's over. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, I want to know your thoughts on the Jadon Sancho situation. Do you believe he stays, or does he go?
I think he stays he stays at Dortmund. I think he tries to get a move there, whether it's loan or permanent. He had success there, moved to us, then wasn't successful. All this extra stuff as well. I think he's gone back there now, had further success, and I think he'll further want to stay there, especially if they win the Champions League. Well, look at it and go, why am I going back? Yes, things can change in regards to the new manager. Maybe the new manager comes in and sells in the project and goes, you're going to be a key part, which could change it, which could change his mind. But if I'm him or I'm advising him, I'm saying, don't stay at Manchester.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you could get a big stuff. Go perform there well again, and you're gonna get another big move anyway.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it.
Because I know man in the fan base that still hate this guy, and he's in a UCL final. I'm like, bro, why you hating him, man?
I don't get it. I've never seen one incident. It's mad.
He's winning, yeah, and we're winning, bro. Like, come on now, we're 8th. Like, let's not get that right. Like, we finished bottom of our Champions League group, and we're hating on a man that's in the final. Like, come on now. Like, I don't get our fan base sometimes. Like, they're a weird bunch, very weird bunch.
Very, very strange.
Like, very, very weird bunch of people. And I don't like the revisionism of we should give him another year after winning the FA Cup. Like, bro, we sacked Van Gaal after an FA Cup, bro. Mourinho was here, won a Europa League, won a Carabao Cup, I believe. Got sacked, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously, bro. Like, standards, bro. Like, I'm telling you, and I hated Oli. Don't get me wrong. I did not like Oli. However, we played better football on the Oli, under this prick. You know them ones. Like, it is what it is. Nah, we did, bro. We played better.
Yeah, I hear you, man. That's a terrible indictment. Yeah, it's mad.
Exactly, bro.
Hey, Jordan, I said it in the chat. We have fans doing Sancho hate alongs for you. I didn't even know that Champions League.
Yeah, bro. United trade, fam. Weird guy.
Won't surprise me. I just don't get it. Never understood the hate towards him since that incident. That's why I hope that if they win it, I'd love to see nothing more in the Champions League. Love nothing more than that, man. Absolutely. For real. I love nothing more. Well, who do you, before I let you go, Matthew, who do you want manager-wise?
I said this. I think we should go for De Zerbi.
Yeah, De Zerbi.
Because I feel like, I would love Michel, but I'd get De Zerbi now, I'll be real. Because he's worked with some of the men that are coming in through, so I feel like that could work. You get me? Ideally, I'd love Inzaghi, but yeah, I'd go for De Zerbi for now, innit? You know the ones. I'd go for De Zerbi for now. We need to just build. You get me? And bro, there's a reason why my title says what can I say? It's just what we do. Because even when we're shit, we still win. Unlike Arsenal.
Talk about it.
Arsenal. Even when we're shit, we still win, bro. Yeah, and these men had the gall to be putting out Twitter posts on, who's won the most FA Cups? Yeah, and I saw Lee gonna lost his shit as well, bro. Rightfully so. You man are idiots, bro. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you do that? Yeah, because we're one behind you. Now I wanna win the FA Cup back to back. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. We need to, without doubt.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
100%. Like, we should target that whoever the manager is. But, hey,
100, man.
Big up, man. Yeah, again, man. Make sure you continue to call in over the summer, man. Done, yeah, every single time. Yeah. Save G, save Young G, man. Carry on, man. Doing your thing. Big up. Shout out to Matthew. We're gonna keep the show on the road, going back from London now to Leeds. You know what I'm saying? City fan in the building, man. Like AK or AK. You know what I'm saying? My done. What are you saying? You good?
Yo, big up, G. What's the word? Talk to me, man. Thoughts, man. You know what I'm saying? The floor is yours. FA Cup final thoughts. We'll go there, actually.
Yeah, as usual. I mean, I wasn't expecting that performance, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I know after we won our 4th in a row, we were partying hard, but yeah, we weren't focused on the prime task, which was winning the FA Cup back to back. And I gotta give credit to you guys. Like, you finally played us off the park. Like, after we thrashed you for 8 seasons straight in a row, but you guys came back with a vengeance.
Dude, we did. Yeah. 100%.
And you forced us to cause errors, which was literally I didn't even expect from my team, because I was shocked to see the first error by Guardiola. I mean, I was fuming. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Where's the communication in the back line? And yeah, I mean, and I got to give credit to your boy, Kobe
Maino, man.
Yeah, man like Maino, you know that?
Main event,
Man like
main.
Mainu finally just laid the. He literally laid the knife at us. He put the knife on us. God damn! I mean, the moment it was 2-0, I'm like, you know what? This game's over. I doubt we're coming back, but I was surprised that Doku, Doku literally cooked that defense and he just got one back, but it was too late. But
Yeah, for real.
yeah, it is what it is. I mean, like, I gotta say this. It was a proper Manchester derby in the FA Cup
Agreed.
final. It wasn't like a one side. It wasn't like a one-side thrashing like we usually do. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, we are paying for our mistakes. We didn't capitalize well in the transfer market, and hopefully, we as a club learn from our mistakes and move on.
First,
Move on from this. Yeah.
That's fair. That is fair. In your opinion, before I let you go, should Manchester United sack ERIK Ten Hag?
I personally think that he should go because this one stat surprises me every time. How can Man United, with a shit team and with a minus goal difference, win against us? That thought still strikes my mind, even to this day. How can they even win despite us bashing you twice, 3-0?
There you go.
They came back strong. They came back strong. I mean, I was just surprised, like, what the hell these United men are on, man. I mean, like, how the hell are they playing this good?
It surprised you. Yeah, I hear you.
We were shit, and they just capitalized on our mistakes and they just scored. I mean,
yeah,
that game took me away. That game took me away. But if you ask me personally, I want him gone because the arrogance that he has come to an end. Yeah, I really hated that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta say, congrats to Man United. Yeah, you finally won a trophy.
Hey, don't do that.
Prevented Arsenal from winning one.
Hey, yeah, we 2-2. We 2-2.
Yeah, we're even. We won a Prem. You won an FA Cup. We're fair and square.
Yeah, it's not even. You know what I'm saying? And that. You want to swap? How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't trying to swap, are you? Yeah, you a joke, man. You ain't trying to swap. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to swap. Joke, man. You ain't trying to swap. Well, yeah, AK, let me go. I'm gonna have to let you go. Big up, man. Every time.
Yeah, man. Big up, and these college shows. Yeah, I will hop on it. I'll hop on this stream another day. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna keep them running so they won't be once the Euros start. It won't be like at the same time. Like every week, it'll change. You know what I'm saying during the week. But yeah, 100%. Make sure you call. I'm gonna run. Make sure you do. And this is to you. AK and everyone else. I'm gonna do a giveaway as well. Obviously, I'll tell you a lot closer to the time than the Euros, but everyone make sure they do the brackets for the Euros, so then you can pick your winner. I want to know your semi-finalists, finalist, and final winner as well. And whoever gets it right, I will give away a 16 out of 10 team. I'm gonna do a giveaway for you lot. So make sure you do the brackets, people. And then I'm gonna do a fan calling show. Legit. I'll let you lot know now. When is it? I was writing this down yesterday. I'm gonna do a fan calling show. I think it's the day before. Which is is it the 13th? No. I'm doing a fan calling show the day of, actually. The day of.
Oh, yeah.
The 14th. Because it's 8 p.m. kickoff, UK time. So 4:30 p.m. I'm going to do a fan calling show on that day. So make sure you've done your brackets and you let me know your semi-finalist, your finalist, and your actual winner of the competition as well. And that's free for everyone.
Yeah, before I leave, man. Hey, guys. Just leave a like button for this G, bro. Literally, just leave likes for him, bro. Like, he's original.
Hey, love, man. Appreciate that, man. My guy, Ak, yeah? Bless up every single time. Big up to Ak. And to Jordan S, who's asking, where's the bracket for? No, just do what's it called? The simulator. That's it. Do a Euro 2024 simulator. I've already done one already. So it's where it tells you, it shows you can pick where you think what. So you pick all the group stages, the knockout rounds, semi-finalists, finalists, winner, etc., etc. So just make sure you do that. So then when I ask you, all right, who's your final, who's your winner, who's the final from, who's the semi-final from, you can do it, like legit. It's the simulator. That's it. The Euro 2024 simulator. That's you can do. But yeah, we're moving from Leeds back to, I don't even know where this guy is because he's always somewhere different, man. But we got man like Malcolm in the building. Yes, Malcolm, what are you saying? What country you in? You're on mute, fam. I can't hear you, fam. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Do your thing. Run up the likes, people. Hit the subscribe button before we close out. Yo, still can't. Maybe disconnect the headset and try that. Still can't hear you. Try that. And while I do that, actually, I'll Google one so you lot can see exactly what I'm talking about. Hold up 1 second. Yeah, there'll be a Euro 2024 simulator. So you can just, because we did it on the, yeah, we did it on the, what's it called? We did it on the playback. So this is what I'm talking about. So you can pick teams and stuff. Hold up. Where we at? Hold up, you can see that. How do you even share on here? Hey, Faisal, turn your camera on. You're on shortly. Turn your camera on, my guy. So this is what I'm talking about, people. Here we go. This. So you lot can see that. And look, you can move your team. How do you even do this? Can I reset this? Because we did one already. This is the last one we did. Yeah, here we go. So you reset it. So you just type it in Google, and then you can pick who you have where. So boom, like that, and so forth and so forth. And then you can move it around. Whoever you have. So you do from Group A all the way to Group F, the third place rankings as well, round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. So once you do the simulator, what I'm asking for is give me your semifinalist, you know what I'm saying, your final and your winner. I may have to do quarterfinals as well, just to narrow it down. I'm going to give away one t-shirt. So yeah, quarterfinals, I'm going to add into that as well, just in case. Just in case. Yeah. It's all good, Jordan. As you didn't know. So it's all good. Hey, Malcolm, still, you saying anything? Still, I don't know what's going on. Jump out, jump back in. And you lot, bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second, people, but run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. My bad, you lot. My bad. I was in the toilet. Yo, what you saying, Malcolm? Can hear you now? Say something. There we go. That's better. What you saying, fam?
Yeah,
Floor's
nothing
yours,
much, man. Nothing much.
Would you? Yo, should
Nah, man.
Ten Hag be sacked? Talk to us,
Bro, you know what? Yeah, like I've been listening to all these other fans, like, and I don't know. I feel like it's just a whole disconnect between just people that want Ten Hag in and people who just want another manager. Like, for me, right? Like,
talk about it.
for me, I'm just done with this whole narrative of just being the manager out. Like ever since ever since the Ragnick, right? Ever since the Ragnick era, right? Like
Mhm.
I've just I've just been done with just using all my energies calling the manager out. Like I feel like it's one thing to call the manager out, right? And then it's
Yeah.
it's another thing just to to then now say, okay, now who's the right manager? Who's the perfect manager? I think the right question should be is which manager can work under this new structure? Because for me, the Glazers are still in charge. No matter how it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter how Ineos, even though Ineos are are the new owners, like the Glazers are still there. They still own 70% of the ownership. But again, I've just been done calling out the manager and all of that because initially I thought Ten Hag was going to be the perfect guy. Like that first season for me, just you know, literally just raised the alarm bells.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying.
So where do you stand with it now? Okay, Malcolm, let me ask you. You're in charge. You're Ineos. You're Ratcliffe. You can push the red button. No Drake. Would you sack him or not?
I'll be real. I don't see the whole point of doing a whole season review. If you can see in front of your eyes that this manager has not been satisfying this team for the past season, right? Then personally for me, I think we should let him go. I know it's gonna, and I know a lot of fans, right? Are gonna come at me and say that, oh, but you said the manager out. I thought you said, listen,
Forget manager. No, Malcolm. Forget manager
yeah,
out. Let me ask the question again. You're in charge. Forget Ratcliffe. Forget Ineos. You're the guy in charge. You can push the red button. Your decision 110%. You can keep him or get rid of him. Forget the next manager. Forget all of that. We'll get to that. Would you sack him? Yes or no?
sack him.
Okay. All right. And who's your choice? Who's your choice for the next manager? Who would your choice be? So again, same scenario. So you've sacked Ten Hag. You can now go and get the next manager. Who would you go and get?
It's between either Deserby or Michelle.
Okay. First.
I think with Deserby, like he has like I'd say maybe similar style to like I don't want to say like a Pep, but I mean he does play like attacking football, so I would go with Deserby. The reason why I also say Michelle is because he has done a lot of good work with Girona. The only thing I'll say is that I think I still feel like I think he should stay at Girona for another season just to get more recognition and stuff like that. But it's between those two. So, but I'm leaning more towards Deserby. But yeah, just before I go, right? Like, I think for fans that are Ten Hag in, like I get why fans do want to keep Ten Hag. I think after the whole season, right? That FA Cup, literally just papered over the cracks. And we all want Man United to win at the end of the day, right? But if we finish this, I've never heard of any other team, right, that has finished, I don't know, say like 8th and won a trophy. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not right. I've never seen any other team.
Just Arsenal under Arteta, that was it.
Okay, yeah, okay. Maybe
that's
yeah, okay. Right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, other than that, really, like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's like when they, when they say 2 to 3 years, the only question is, can Ten Hag, if Ineos say if Ineos do then decide to keep him, right? It's now like, can he change the course of events, right? Because again, it's going to be a lot of pressure for Ten Hag to even change the whole, change the situation from this season. Like, I'm talking about like the first 3 games of the season, we have to win.
He's under immediate pressure if
like, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's also another point that I wanted to make. Like, for fans that I think for fans that do want him to stay, right? They need to understand, right, is that like, if he does end up staying, right, it's going to be a lot of pressure for him to even just implement a style of play and make it sustainable. If we're talking about challenging for the league, right? Like, forget about Champions League, because we are nowhere near Champions League, right? I'm talking about the league, like competing for the league. The amount of pressure that this guy is gonna get to even just go on, maybe like go on a winning run. Like that's going to be a lot of pressure, and I don't know if I don't know if these Ten Hag owners are still willing, to even wait that long. But again,
No, the Ten Hag
listen,
will back him after this season. Like
of
they're
course,
loyal to they're loyal to
they're
the
gonna back
soil.
him to the end, right? And I
Yeah,
listen.
they're loyal to the soil.
I respect people's opinions. I respect, what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to. I'm not gonna judge. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's going to be a lot of pressure for Ten Hag to, just change the course of events. And with the way I'm looking at Ineos, and with the way I'm looking at Ineos, with the way Ratcliffe is moving right now, it's looking like Ten Hag is gonna head out the door. You could even see in the FA Cup, right? Like the guy literally had like a straight face. Literally when he was handing out the medals, right? Like you could literally see, even when Ten Hag came, like walked out, like you could literally see the guy just didn't have a good energy, but didn't have a good vibe with him. So
Oh, you
to
talking
me
about
that
Ratcliffe? You talking about Ratcliffe and Ten
yeah,
Hag?
I'm talking about Rashford. Yeah, like you could see, like you could literally see his face. You know what I mean? Like even just watch the part where they were handing out the medals, right? Like you could see Ratcliffe, like his entire face just changed. Like especially like literally when Ten Hag walked out, like you could just see there was just bad energy.
Yeah, right up.
They just bad
That's
energy.
that's from the manager, but we'll see what's going on. But Malcolm got to get to this last caller. Big up to you,
Yeah,
every
man. Of
single
course,
time.
I know you're sad, man. But yeah, man, I'll
That's
catch
cool.
you,
We're just
bro.
gonna get to the last caller, but big up every single time. Let's get to the last caller, making his debut on the channel. I've seen him in the chat before. Manchester United fan. Don't know where he's calling in from, but we're about to find out. Big up to Phase Out in the comments. Yeah, I mean, big up to Phase Out on the live stream, I should say. What are you telling me, my guy? You good first and foremost?
Good. Thanks, Flawless. I'm calling from South Africa, from Cape Town.
Okay. Love that.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Love that, man. I'm blessed. Man said South Africa. Love that, man. You know what I'm saying? All the way on the continent of Africa. Love that. But yeah, man, floor's yours. I can see your name's Ten Hag in. Talk to us. Why are you Ten Hag?
I'm not fanatical Ten Hag in. I just think we should give him the next transfer window in the preseason. And then, that's all the time that he gets. If he doesn't take his chance, then he should go. But the problem that I have is that there's nobody else really outstanding to take over. So you've got, you see, De Zerbi is like Potter or Pardew, or I've seen the script before, Brendan Rodgers, all these guys that look promising and then they just fall off.
Yeah.
So when we talk Man United, we should be talking about Hansi Flick, who's won a treble in Germany.
Agreed.
We should be talking about Ancelotti. We should be talking about coaches who are at the standard for United. And I just don't think Southgate, De Zerbi, McKenna.
Southgate is definitely not. McKenna and Southgate, absolutely not. No.
Yeah, McKenna was under Ole. Ole just didn't have the mentality.
Those
to
two
win.
I agree with. Yeah, those two I agree with. Like, no, they should be nowhere near. To me, De Zerbi deserves, even though he's not my ideal candidate, deserves a shot. He deserves a shot.
I think there's two aspects to management. It's the playing style and then the mentality. You can have all the fantastic, wonderful playing styles, but if you can't get your guys to win like Mourinho, then it's useless. It's just like Pochettino. So I think now is not the right time. There's a few good coaches who are making a name for themselves, like Alonso, like Thiago Motta at Bologna. There's a few coaches making a name, but they just need some more time to prove themselves. And once they prove themselves,
what do you say Motta going to Juventus is the same? Would be the same as De Zerbi going to Manchester United?
No, because Brighton have regressed. They've gone worse than under Potter.
Well,
if you look at it from a league position point of view, they've gone worse.
Have they? You sure?
Weren't they sixth the previous season?
You sure? Weren't De Zerbi there last season?
I could be wrong. I could be
I'll
wrong.
double
But
check. Don't worry, I'm looking at this table. I'm looking at the table right now because I genuinely don't know. So I'm having a look. I swear De Zerbi was there last season. So just to clarify, because we'll get this into perspective, they finished 1 second. So they finished 11th this season. The season before that, they finished 6th. The season before that, they finished 9th. And then 2020/21 season, they finished 15th. Now I'm going to check in regards to, all right, who was there at the time. So I'll be able to tell you that right now as we speak. Run up the likes, people, so we can actually, because I actually don't know myself. So I'm going to actually have a look at this. Hold up 1 second.
Was it the full season that De Zerbi had?
I'll tell you now. 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm literally just pulling up his stats. I'll be able to tell you. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. De Zerbi. Let's see. So he joined Brighton. 18th of September 2022. So that's pretty much a full season. So 2022 is when he joined.
Okay.
So 2022-23 was his first season where he finished 6th last season. Then this season he finished 10th. So the season before he got there, they finished 9th. And then the season before that, they finished 15th. No, 16th, sorry. So we can't say they regressed. That's not correct. They didn't regress.
But he regressed by his own standards.
Yeah, he regressed, by his own standards, but I'm not gonna hold that against him.
Yeah. So
I'm not gonna hold him overachieving because at the start of the season, me nor you had Brighton in the top 6 this season.
Yeah.
So we have to hold him to that. You probably had Brighton 8th, 9th, 10th. I probably had Brighton 8th, 9th, 10th.
If he was that guy, then he should have won a Europa or semi-finals or quarterfinals or something outstanding.
What did Thiago Motta win?
Yeah, but have you seen the players that he's working with? Scottish.
Thiago Motta?
Yeah.
Is he working with good players or bad players?
Average players.
So what are the Brighton players?
Brighton players.
Are not average? Are you telling me to go on? Are we just going straight up live, Faisal? Is this what we're doing?
Wow.
Brighton, how are you going to say Brighton have good players? Exactly. That's why you're smiling. You know Brighton don't have good players.
Brighton doesn't have good players.
No. Most of them, no. How many of them players would you take?
João Pedro.
Okay.
Sure.
Matoma this season. All right, cool.
I
don't think Matoma is anything special, but that's just me. Is Matoma anywhere near Eze? Not even close. Is he anywhere near Elise? Not even close. Come on, man. Let's be honest. Let's cut the crap. It's the same thing. Thiago Motta to Juventus.
Evan Ferguson.
What did he do this season? I'm not taking any of these, man. I'm sorry, I'm not. Is he anywhere near a Watkins or an Ivan Toney?
No, but he hasn't.
If you rated these players high, if you rated these players higher, you would have had Brighton 6th or 7th. Where'd you have Brighton this year? I know you didn't have Brighton high, so we can't because he finished 6th. Because we finished 6th the season before. Now he's not finished 6th. You can't say he regressed when he finished.
Okay. Give me some concession here. I'm a newbie. I'm just joining you. I don't know how this works, but
no. It's not even a newbie. It's this. Okay, I know you well enough, Faisal, to know you're a football fan, and these are conversations you will have with your family members, with your friends in group chat. Am I correct in saying that?
Okay, so if you take Brighton, not just looking at the structure, not just looking at the manager, looking at the structure. Tony Bloom has done a phenomenal job with that club.
Absolutely.
They are forward thinking. They are signing players for low amounts of money, and they're developing them into huge talents, selling their players, their managers, everybody for huge amounts of fees. So just because they haven't made it, they don't have reputations, doesn't mean they don't have good players.
But they have average players overall, is the point we're making. The original point I'm making is you spoke about Thiago Motta making the jump from Bologna to Juventus. De Zerbi making the jump from Brighton to Manchester United is very similar. That's the point. Or that's the overall point.
I'll give you that point.
That's the only point that I'm making. So it can't be Motta to Juventus is a good move, but then De Zerbi not. Bear in mind, De Zerbi is not my first choice. I have reservations about De Zerbi and still have reservations about De Zerbi.
No, okay.
Boom.
So I have reservations about sacking Ten Hag. I don't think it's the right time to do that.
Okay, what's your reservations with that?
I think whoever United want to bring in is not a seasoned candidate. So even if you bring in Alonso, he could be a one-season wonder. Even if you bring in De Zerbi, he's a one-season wonder. Similar to, like I said, Pardew or Brendan Rodgers or any of these guys that did well in the beginning, but they just fell off. So when you look at somebody like Klopp or Ancelotti, they legends. And that is the kind of managers we should be associating ourselves with.
I agree. But what happens when those managers are not available? Because none of those managers are available. And actually, I tell a lie. There was one, but he went Barcelona. And that was my first choice, was Hansi Flick. But
there's another one. There's Zidane as well. There's Zidane as well.
I don't think Zidane wants the job. I don't think Zidane wants the job.
And that's the other thing. A lot of, like Poch, he's desperate. He's going to take whatever he can get because he's on a downward trajectory.
Oh, you're talking about Pochettino? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree
So any manager worth his salt is not just going to come into United. He's going to assess the working environment. He's going to assess what structures are in place before he joins. So I don't blame Hansi Flick for saying, no, I don't want to join United because the club is a mess.
We should have approached him. That would have been my first choice.
The other thing that I want to mention, you had a caller earlier on who's talking about if you do bad in your job, then you should expect to get sacked, right?
100%.
So what happens if you're in a job and another company is taking over your company? There's rumors going around. Look here, somebody's interested in buying a company. What's your first thought as an employee at the company?
That you could be moved on.
Exactly. So what I find extremely disrespectful is what the Glazers did. They allowed this thing to drag on from the previous season right through until February, just so that they could get some extra money. And a lot of people are discounting what happened as a destabilizing force for that season. It's not right what they did, but it happened in February, so everybody just forgets about it and it just gets swept under the carpet. But Ineos is to blame. The Glazers are to blame for that.
I hear that. Me and you, and for this is the first time we spoke, I already know you Glazers out, I'm Glazers out. Fuck the Glazers. Yeah. We fully on board with that. You in a whole different continent to me. 100% we fuck the Glazers. That is United bound. That's the one thing we're United on. However, what it is, I hear you in regards to I would prefer the replacement to be someone who's more seasoned. However, on the flip side of that is this manager's not good enough. You can't finish 8th with a minus goal difference and keep your job at Manchester United. You can't perform the way you've performed. You can't break all the records he broke. I don't know if you've seen the list. I don't know if you're on socials, phase out. I won't read it out because I'm sure you got things you got to do today. And I got things I want to do tonight. But that list is as long as our 2 arms.
So what are you saying? So what are you saying? You cannot become a legend if you finish lower than 8th at Man United.
You shouldn't get the chance to become. It's not about becoming a legend. You shouldn't get the chance.
But our greatest manager of all time finished 13th and won the FA Cup.
Yeah, I hear all that. Run. Okay, and there's exceptions to all rules in football. What did he do before that, Faisal? What was his resume before that?
Won the Europa League with Aberdeen.
What was his resume before that? It wasn't no Europa
League. He won the Europa League with Aberdeen.
It wasn't a Europa League. And what else did he do?
It was the Cup Winners' Cup. You didn't win the Champions League.
Yeah, I know, but the Cup Winners' Cup is not the Europa League. That's all I'm saying. And what else did he do with Aberdeen?
But at the time there was no Europa League.
Phase
the
out.
Cup Winners' Cup was below the.
No, phase out. Answer the question. What else did he do with Aberdeen?
He won the league.
Okay, so just to clarify, and who did you just mention that we're waxing lyrical about? Who won a league that was unexpected for him to win a league? Who we're saying could be a one-season wonder?
In which
who was you just mentioned the manager? Who's a manager who just took his job and just won a league in a country where it's classed as a Bundesliga, and he just won a league, and we're waxing lyrical about him and giving him all the praise.
Alonso.
Exactly.
Alonso.
So let's not compare the two. So I clear this one, I kill this one dead. If Ten Hag had Sir Alex Ferguson's resume, I would be much less critical of him. But he don't. He don't have his resume.
But
so
that's
there's
not
the
his
difference.
fault. That's not his fault. He won the
I'm not
league
saying
at
that.
Ajax.
I'm not
He
saying
won the
that's his
league.
fault. No.
He
won the league, and I
at
give him credit for that.
Ajax.
But that's not the same. Hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. Their resumes are not the same. Their achievements are not the same. If Ten Hag had Sir Alex Ferguson's resume, I would be much more understanding of people wanting him to stay because he did something that was extra special. So we're not gonna. So for those that don't know, winning. For those that don't know, I'm just saying it to you. Stay everyone watching right now. You see this Fergie comparison. You see how it's rubbish, people. Because winning a European trophy with Aberdeen is not something light, people. There wasn't a big amount of money spent. This is even before my time. So I had to ask my pops and my uncles and get the lowdown on this. And also, he beat real teams. He didn't beat no rubbish team. Man beat Real Madrid with Aberdeen, people. What are we talking about? Aberdeen. Also, on top of that, when he won I think it was 2 leagues he won there in Scotland. That record still stands to this day. No one since then, outside of Celtic or Rangers, has run. So let's stop this. He's not Sir Alex Ferguson beforehand. No. Jabadi in the chat, Ten Hag got Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. He didn't win nothing. Wait. Let me go. And I'm going to let you land. It's not this, like, let's just clear this dead. They are not the same. Their resumes are not the same. So let's stop the comparison. It is not the same. What Ten Hag did before he got to Manchester United and what Sir Alex Ferguson did before he got to Manchester United are worlds apart. So please stop the comparison because there is no comparison. Just to clarify. We'll go on.
Okay, so
just clarify.
You saying this with hindsight because you know Ferguson became a great manager. But at that time, people still wanted Ferguson out.
And rightfully so. They were right to want him out. Obviously, this is before my time, so I didn't have no thoughts on it.
Exactly.
But they were right to want him out. I understand that because you can't fail for 5-6 years, but you don't CV. You mentioned the takeover and a company take it. CVs matter. What does he have on his CV outside of Dutch leagues? Tell me. Don't worry, I'll wait. Come on, man.
Yeah,
let's start the false equivalency, man.
Scottish leagues and Dutch leagues are the same.
It's not the same thing.
Argument.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all. It's not. Winning the Dutch league with Ajax in the late 20s rather than winning in the 1980s with a Scottish league with Aberdeen is not the same thing. Just do your research, Faisal. It's not the same thing. One is no. Here's why it's not, because people will run with this narrative. So obviously we got to do the history lesson. Ajax are the dominant team in Holland. They are the dominant team in Holland. This is why we don't praise Ange Postecoglou, for instance, or Brendan Rodgers for dominating in Scotland with Celtic, because Celtic are one of the dominant teams in Scotland. Celtic and Rangers are the 2 dominant teams. When it comes to Holland, Ajax, PSV, Feyenoord, they're probably the 3. What are we talking about here? It's not the same thing. Now, here's where it would be equivalent. If he won 2 Dutch leagues with Go Ahead Eagles. No. Feyenoord are a big. Don't do that. Feyenoord, they're a big club. No, not Feyenoord. Go Ahead Eagles. If he won the Dutch league twice, I'm going to do my research on Fergie because we're going to get to this. With Go Ahead Eagles, I'd hear it. If he won a European Cup with Go Ahead Eagles, I'd hear it. That's the equivalent.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to get into a whole argument here about this. So I'm going to tell you very level-headed what the pros and cons are with Ten Hag. Ten Hag made a mistake with Anthony. He brought his own people in because he wanted his own people in the dressing room. He signed Anthony. He made a mistake, right? 90 million pounds. The guy's a flop. Right? I admit that. What I respect about him is he identified his mistake and he didn't hang his hat on it. He played Ahmad, he played Garnacho, he dropped Anthony. Right? And I respect that about him because he could swallow his pride and do what was right for the team. Malacia, not really.
I'm listening.
Yeah, Malacia is not really his fault that he's been out the whole season. But other than that, he's made good signings. Licha was good. Onana was good.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Onana's good.
Okay. So you think Onana's been good this season?
No, he's not been excellent. He's been
All right.
good.
So let's do, because we're gonna do this Friday.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you this: player ratings this season, 0 to 10. What would you give Onana?
6.
Okay. So above average.
6.5. 6.5.
Okay. So above
Yeah.
average. All right.
Yeah.
Go on, carry on.
But it's all relative because I would have given De Gea in his first season a 4.
Mm-hmm. But again, you're doing false equivalencies again, Faisal, but we move.
Why? De Gea.
How old? Okay, here's why then. So I'll explain why.
Okay.
How old's Onana?
mid-20s.
Okay, I'll tell you now. And how old was De Gea when we signed him?
21, 22.
Okay, so there's a huge difference in age. So it's not the same thing at all. It's not the same thing. Onana's 28.
Okay.
So we signed him when he was 27. So signing a 27-year-old goalkeeper, especially when we know goalkeepers normally mature later, and signing a goalkeeper, I think we signed De Gea when he was 19, 20.
Yeah,
it's completely
flawless.
different. But,
flawless, good argument. But the fact of the matter is, we comparing the first season of Onana with the first season of De Gea.
Yeah, and De Gea got dropped. De Gea got dropped and criticized too.
I could compare Mainu's first season with another midfielder who's oldest first season, and I could still make rate Mainu above the older guy. Age has got nothing to do with it. We're just looking at what.
But what's your overall point? You said 6.5. That's above average. That's not good enough for Manchester United. So that's not a good season. If all our players performed at 6.5, we don't win no FA Cup, and we actually don't do well. What are we talking about here? 6 point. When did you tell me when 6.5 is good enough for Manchester United? Name a player you rate. Name a player you rate who's at a 6.5 season at Manchester United.
Cody Gakpo, you could say, had a 6.5.
Cody Gakpo don't play for Manchester United.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm talking about Manchester United in particular.
Yeah, it's very rare that a player joins a club and their first season they just dominate. It's very rare.
You don't have to dominate.
There's a period of adjustment.
That's not the case. It can be in some case, but that's not all the case.
No.
What was okay? What's
the rule?
Okay, hold on.
That's the rule.
That's not
the exception. The exception is when a player just hits.
You just like backing mediocrity, and that's okay. That's great.
The exception is when a player hits the ground running. But most times
7 out of 10 is not hitting the ground running.
So you're telling me Mo Salah at Chelsea was the same as Mo Salah at Liverpool?
No, he wasn't.
Exactly.
What are we talking about here?
Everybody needs to learn.
But Chelsea sold him because he wasn't good enough for where they was trying to go. And did Chelsea have success? Okay, and no, it wasn't a mistake. Did Chelsea have success after Mo Salah?
No.
Hold up. You said Mo Salah at Chelsea, so let's talk about it. Mo Salah at Chelsea. Did Chelsea, and you said it was a mistake, did Chelsea have success after Mo Salah? Yes or no?
Really?
Okay, so we'll check. All right, cool. So we'll determine success. Let's see when Mo Salah left Chelsea, because we have this thing called Google. So this is why I love having these conversations to dispel these things. So Mo Salah, all right, cool. So they had it rare. Wait 1 second. So Mo Salah, like 1 second. Let's see. Mo Salah left Chelsea, and let's see. Mo Salah left Chelsea in 2015. 2015. All right, so let's list Chelsea's honors since 2015 and see if we think they've been successful in that period. Let's see if they've had success in that period. We're going to list their honors after 2015. Hold on. Well, he didn't play. But yeah, we'll get to that. Also, I'm just booting this up, people. That's why it's good to have a second laptop. It's beautiful settings. All right, so honors Chelsea since 2015. Okay, so they won the FA Cup in 2017, 2018. They won the EFL Cup, League Cup in 2014, 15. They also won the Champions League in 2021, and they also won the Europa League in 2018, 19. So Champions League, Europa League, Premier League, FA Cup. Is that not success after he left?
That's three trophies in 9 years.
Four trophies.
Okay, Carabao, you adding? Okay, 4.
Yeah, because it's a trophy. The trophy's not count. Now I didn't even add everything that C24 had. So my point is that so 4 trophies in 9 years is not. Wait. 4 trophies in 9 years is not success.
According to your metrics, that is not success.
What's my metric of success?
Because if a coach wins 2 trophies in 2 seasons, it's not good enough. So it's not successful.
What are those 2 trophies?
No, you said Ten Hag should be sacked. You won 2 trophies in. So by that metric.
No,
so
phase out. No, phase out. What were the
metric,
trophies? What were the trophies?
Me?
Because what were the trophies? That's key to it. What were the trophies?
Okay.
If Ten Hag had won the Champions League and Premier League, would I be here saying Ten Hag out? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Oh, this is good.
I
wouldn't. So wait. If Ten Hag, so I'll answer the question again. So just to clear it up, because I can tell you the answer because I'm in my own head. If Ten Hag had won the Champions League and the Premier League in the last 2 years, would I be sat here saying Ten Hag out?
No.
Okay, then. So trophies matter. The trophies you win is matter. Exactly.
That's the point that I'm making. You win.
Because there's major trophies, and then the 2nd tier, and 3rd tier, and 4th tier, and so on and so on. And also, on top of that, and I've said this before, it's not just solely about winning trophies. And Jabada started being in the chat. How about you call in? Man just always talking from the bleachers. Call in. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Man always running up his mouth from the call in. You know what I'm saying? Call in. Faisal actually called in. Call in. I know he's talking in the chat, but never call in.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here? So back to
I just want to talk about Sancho, right?
Talk about.
I was one of the guys that didn't want us to sign Sancho, and at the time, Dortmund wanted £108 million for him. And then I was on the United stand, and I saw the comments, and the Glazers are so stingy. They don't want to spend £108 million to get this guy, and we should be paying 120 for him. It was never worth that amount of money, and I'll tell you why. Phil Foden and Jadon Sancho were in the same Manchester City youth setup. Mm-hmm. And I have a suspicion that when they were in training, he never thought he was as good as Phil Foden. And that's why he left. Because he didn't want to compete with Phil Foden. And I think he's got a weak mindset. He's got a weak mentality, and I don't think he's a United player.
All right, that's a wild statement, but I can't really push back on that.
Look, the thing is this: he left for £8 million. He went to what was it, Dortmund. He could have waited for his chance to break through with Phil Foden, and he didn't.
Oh, my response to that is: did the Dortmund move work for him? The first time,
it worked. It worked for him.
So it was the correct decision then.
Yeah. But only
if you move to a club and then it works out, that was the correct decision for you.
Well, there's less competition at Dortmund than there is at United.
I don't know where you're getting the whole he wasn't as good as Foden. That's in your mind because that's based off of nothing.
I don't think he's as good as Foden.
No, not that you think he's as good as Foden. That he thinks that. Let's get to that. You said you think
absolutely.
You said you think he's not as good as Foden, but you have nothing to base that off.
So I think there's 2 kinds of mentalities, right? You
don't know him. You don't know him. That's what I'm saying. This makes no sense. But this is not based in no. The reason why I'm cutting you off is because you're making statements on someone personally, and there's nothing to base it with. This is just your feeling on the matter. But there's nothing to base it with. We can't make baseless statements. I don't make no baseless statements. That's why I don't talk about players' mentality or personality, because I don't know them, and it's really it's very, very unfair, and it's just very, very just foolish to be honest. Like I don't get that whatsoever. There's nothing apart from you not liking Sancho for whatever reason. There's nothing to base that from whatsoever.
Okay, can I just say something? There's a lot of people saying things about Ten Hag that's very similar to what I'm saying about how arrogant he is. He's not a people's person. They don't know Ten Hag, but they say those things. What's the difference?
Have you heard me say that?
Personal statements.
Have you heard me say that?
No, the people that called.
No. Answer again, Faisal. This is me and you having a conversation. Have you heard me say that?
No.
Exactly. Because I'm consistent. And Ten Hag has given me many things to criticize him for outside of his personality. Now, can I turn around and say in interviews, does he look awkward? Yes. Does he talk awkwardly? Yes. But that's nothing really to do with his management, to be honest. Can I say he handled the Jadon Sancho situation wrong? Yes, because we've seen that play out in public. One thing I've said about it, the training situation, he could be spot on. Maybe Jadon Sancho is a bad trainer, but you know what I turn around and say? I don't know. You know why? Because there's no evidence to say either or. It's one man's word versus the other. Ten Hag saying one thing, Jadon Sancho saying another. I don't know who to believe because unless there's video footage. I'm not at training. So unless I'm at training, I can't. So you mentioned it there with 10 other people saying, oh, he's arrogant. I think that comes from certain things he says. That's where people will think he's arrogant.
But they don't know him.
Based in it.
They don't know him.
But you can think that. No, but you can think
they
he's
in love with him.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's why I'm not saying he's arrogant, but you can think someone has made an arrogant comment. I think some of his comments I think some of his comments, but go on.
I just want to say I really respect Harry Maguire's mental strength for overcoming criticism and not running away like some other players who run away when they have challenges.
Who do you face that run away?
No, other players. I won't be specific, but
no, be specific. This is Sarcasm City TV phase out. We say names here. Be specific. Who are the players that ran away?
Like Sancho.
Okay. So you think Sancho ran away from the situation at Manchester United?
Absolutely. He was immature.
Okay, what was immature?
That he ran away.
Harry
Maguire
hold up. So because he moved away, do you think the move was best for him and best for Manchester United?
No.
You don't think the move was best for him or Manchester United?
No.
You think Sancho staying was best for Manchester United and Jadon Sancho under Ten Hag at that moment in time? Really?
The best move for Sancho was to apologize.
Okay, in your opinion. Yeah. If I'm him, I don't apologize. Because I don't apologize when I think I'm not in the wrong. I only apologize if I think I've done something wrong.
Yeah.
The manager called him out publicly. Big up to Ends in the chat. Nothing wrong with that. You have your viewpoint on it.
I respect Harry Maguire for the way he's transformed this season, for the way he's turned things around.
Do you rate him as a player?
I think he can do a job for United. I don't think he's...
Okay, so you don't rate him as a first teamer. So all this don't matter mentality.
No, I think.
Would you sell him tomorrow if we got a good offer for him in the summer? Would you sell him?
If I had a replacement, I'd only sell him.
No, forget the replacement. We get 50 million on the table the 30th of May from West Ham. I use them as an example. And you can push the red button, phase out, and you can sell him. Are you accepting the deal or rejecting the deal? Simple yes or no.
At his age, I'd take the 50 million.
Okay, because you don't rate him. Okay, so exactly because you don't rate him. So let's cut the shit.
No.
Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing out here? You'd sell him for 50 M's. You wouldn't sell Martinez for 50 million.
I would sell Maguire for 50 million because that is a deal. That's a deal.
You don't rate him.
31.
You don't rate him. But you don't rate him.
Because he's 31.
You don't rate. Oh, so it's an age thing.
No.
So it's an age thing. You said because he's 31. So any 31-year-old at our club you'd sell. So when Martinez hits 31, you'd sell him for 50 M's.
If there was an offer for 50 M's.
Yeah. If they were saying hypothetically there is. So Martinez is here and then someone offers. So you're saying at 31, gone.
Yeah. I just want to say something, Flawless. So under Ferguson, I just said Maguire can do a job.
Mm-hmm.
Under Ferguson, we had Nani and we had Park. Right?
We had who? Who was the second player you just named?
Park.
Yeah.
Some games call for a Park and some games call for a Nani. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
And it's important to have a different, like you spoke about a first 11. Yes. Like you only play with 11 players. But Ferguson didn't operate like that. He had players with different characteristics.
How long you been watching me before you carry on, Faisal?
That's the first time.
Oh, it's the first time on the channel? All right, so that's why you're saying certain things. Okay, because I've spoke about players as squad players, but we move. Bear in mind, just before you carry on, Maguire is nowhere near the level of a Jason Park in terms of
No,
what Jason Park did?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is
Okay.
that there's players who have characteristics for certain opposition, and you play those players tailored for that opposition.
Agreed.
Yeah, and like we had Sheringham, we had Solskjaer, we had York, we had Cole, we had
So
Beckham,
all those players you mentioned had quality. Maguire doesn't, because none of those players you would sell for 50 million at 31 years old. What are we talking about here? Go on, tell me. Go on. We gonna lie to the people? You'd sell Dwight York at 50 for 30, at 31 for 50 m's, yeah? Skulls. You would have sold him at 31 for 50 m's. No, you wouldn't have, because you rate him. That's my point I'm making. Phase out. Let's stop beating around the bush and let's just cut to the chase. Let's actually talk the reals here, because we're both United fans and have the conversation. It's a quality issue. You don't rate Maguire, so what we talking about is mentality for when you don't rate him. What we doing? You don't rate him.
So I don't speak. Yeah, I don't speak too long. It's we have a time difference here, so I'm.
Yeah, what time is it over there, by the way?
It's 11 p.m. now.
Okay. Oh yeah, shit, it's an hour difference.
Yeah, so I don't want to seem divisive or like fanatical Ten Hag in.
No, you ain't divisive.
Yeah,
you're not divisive. No, if you was, I wouldn't have you on.
Yeah. So yeah,
you're not divisive. I just disagree, but you're not divisive. That's why I run these calling shows.
I don't think we should be going over the top with. It's good to debate. It's good to debate.
Absolutely. I like to hear the other side to see what's over there. And from talking to you, talking to others, there's not much over there. It's always everything but. How come this whole time we've been talking, which is about 20 minutes, we haven't spoken about no strengths of ERIK Ten Hag? We've spoken about everything else. We've spoken about, Fergie did this. We've spoken about Jason Park and having squad players and all. None of it is his strengths. You know why? Because he has very few.
Yeah, I think the problem with your generation is that you
wait, well, how old do you think I am?
You oversimplify.
Wait, hold up. You said my generation. How old do you think I am? Be honest, I'm not gonna get offended.
Probably like mid-30s.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm older than you.
I know you're older than me, but I wanted to be respectful. I know you're older than me. I can tell. I just wanted to be respectful. That's all.
Listen.
I know.
It's something that has come up with this whole social media situation. People oversimplify things into a binary, like it's either yes or no. It's either Republican or Democrat. It's either Kendrick Lamar or Drake. It's either this or that. And United's problems are a lot more complex than Ten Hag in or out. It's a lot.
Don't dispute that. There's many other problems at this football club.
And what's happening now
I'm not solely. Let me just clarify that. I'm not solely blaming him. There's many other problems at this football club. But is he a problem? Yes. That's why we've been on here for so long, and you haven't mentioned his strengths. You haven't said he does this, and this well. What's his strengths? Tell me, phase out. Scrap that. What are the pros from this season?
Pros, the FA Cup.
Yes, we won the FA Cup. What else?
Yeah.
Yeah, what else?
That's all.
So one pro tells you all you need to know. Come on, man.
I'm running out of time. And so Kobe Mainu.
Maino 2.
It's difficult. Yeah. Kobe Mainu.
So that's 2. You got 2. I'll give you. I'm not even gonna argue you down. Maino 2. Garnacho 3.
Garnacho, Kambuala
4. So basically youth players. So that all ties into the same. So 2.
Yeah, steering the ship for a circus. Yeah. Steering the ship.
How the ship sank?
The ship didn't sink flawless.
Okay, but let's not go off that. Other positives.
It's been
Cup. No. Hold up. We ain't going off that.
Yeah.
Positives from this season. FA Cup, youth players playing. What else?
Like I said, steering the ship. The season's been a circus.
It's
been a circus.
Don't need
I'll tell you why it's steering the ship.
No. I don't need to. I'm not even going to argue you down. 3. Steadying the ship. What else?
Yeah, that's about it.
So we got 3 pros from the entire season.
Yeah.
All right. And that's good enough for Manchester United. It's 3 pros, yeah?
Yeah, that's good. I don't think you know the history of Man United. We got relegated in 1974.
Of course I know the history.
Relegated in 1974.
Hey, phase out. Yeah. One thing I do, one, that's got nothing to do with it. 2, I do know. Do you know where I'm from?
No.
Okay, just to clarify, I'm from Manchester.
Okay. So
I'm
you know we got
I'm
got
Manchester born and
relegated.
bred. My family,
got-
mind you, your generation, which would be my
Yes.
don't want to disrespect, you probably around my dad's age and uncles and that. All
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and that all Manchester United fans. So yes, I know my research. So when people turn around and go over the top rival fans and go, oh, this is the worst Manchester United have ever been. I've said this verbatim. No, it's not. Go do your research. We've been relegated before. So I know we've been relegated. What does that have to do with what I'm asking you here? I know it's been worse. Yeah, I know it is. I know it is. My pops told me, my pops and uncles told me this. Like I said, one thing people can't do is talk to me about the history of Manchester United when the history is me. Like, what we doing here? And when I say that, people I'm talking about, I'm from Manchester. I'm from Manchester, born and bred. Like, I know the history.
United's history.
But we don't need a history lesson.
Yeah. If you take Alex Ferguson's reign out of Manchester United, there's not much that we won. So
Matt Busby didn't win none.
It's not much. It's not much. City would probably have more titles than us. City would probably have more titles
of course, because he revived us. But the point I'm making is you go and try and find a Sir Alex Ferguson. You go and try and find a Sir Matt Busby.
I'm trying to make an argument here that you believe we are entitled to be at the top.
I never said
because
entitled.
we are Manchester
No. Hold up. No. Never said that. People get that mistaken. Never said that.
We got relegated.
I've never said that. Yes, I know we've been relegated. Phase out. That's nothing.
We got relegated 7 years after we won the Champions League.
It's nothing to do with what we're talking about. You know what I want? I want Manchester United to attempt to get back to the top. That's not entitlement. But you happy with mediocrity? You happy with 3 pros from a season? Cool. That's where we're different. If you're happy with mediocrity and players being 6.5 out of 10, that's cool.
Newcastle United season is mediocrity. Aston Villa season is mediocrity.
No. Our
season is mediocrity.
Yes, but the point I'm making is you were happy with 3 pros from a season.
Best season.
We did, and that's still not, and it's still not good enough overall. When you add in everything, it's still not good enough. Still not good enough. It's still not good enough, and it's still not good, and it's still not good enough.
Yes,
and it's still not good enough.
You want to be progressing, so we are progressing.
I know I don't like the progression. No, I think we went backwards. We went backwards. Everything went backwards, bar winning the FA Cup to the League Cup. Everything else went backwards this season. Everything else went backward. What are we talking about here? That's why you mentioned 3 pros. We had 3 pros phase out. What are we talking about here? I said to you, name me the pros from this season, and you named 3. What are we doing out here? What are we talking about, man? Like, let's stop it. Like, there's no entitlement here. It's just that when I talk about standards or it's entitled. No, you attempt to win. Attempt.
Yeah, but you want to get a coach who's never won trophies in any country. De Zerbi.
Who was my first choice? I don't want De Zerbi. Are you listening? I don't want De Zerbi. And I said this verbatim, and people don't be listening when I be talking.
So you want Flick? He's not available.
Who was my first choice? No, you said who did I want? Now it's 2 different things. But you was ready to run with you want De Zerbi. De Zerbi was never my choice.
Who's your choice?
Out of who's available? Ruben Amorim. I wanted Flick, and then Amorim was my second choice. Now what?
What did he do in the Europa League? Did he win anything in Europe?
No, he's never won anything in Europe. No.
Okay. And
so what's that got to do with anything?
What has he done in Portugal?
He's won 2-3 leagues. I think 3 leagues in a row. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm going to double check. But what's your point?
So he's your first choice and you don't know what he's done.
Other options, yes.
You have to check.
Yeah, I'm going to check. I have to do my research.
Doesn't seem like a well-researched first option.
Nah, but then you weren't researched. I'm saying, do you want to go through all the research I had to do for you? When you told me Chelsea weren't successful after Salah. Do you want to talk about that? You can easily do this. I got
That is not success. 4 trophies in 9 years is not success.
What is success?
It's not.
When you add in the trophies, of course it is.
No, of course it is. And I'll tell you why, Flawless. I'll tell you why, no?
Of course it is.
It's because I'll tell you why it wasn't success. Because they didn't.
What did What did Ten Hag win in Europe?
Didn't win.
What did he win in Europe?
Semi-final.
Okay, so he won nothing. All right, calm.
Yeah.
And what did he do in the Dutch league? How many league titles did he win? See, somebody's not well right. Exactly. Someone's not well diverse. We can easily do that game. He'd easily do that game. See that, people? See how easy it is to spin people on this? I'm saying, man's backing a manager who's here and you don't know what he did previously. What are we talking about here?
No, I was actually all in.
I know you was all in without you telling me, because you like mediocrity. So that's what that is. You backed him after we got packed 5-0 by Liverpool. You was probably saying all in, singing the song.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. Crazy.
Anyway.
Crazy. And it was 2 leagues he won. He won this year in 2020-21. And then he won. What is that? Is that their Super Cup version? I think it's their Super Cup. I'm confused. Well, he won 2 leagues anyway, Amarin.
Yeah.
Not ideal, but we move. Yeah, your camera froze, but we can still hear you.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't understand your like I said, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Flawless, it's been a blast.
I love, man, every time.
Yeah. This is the first time I actually called into any show.
Love that.
It's a nice platform that you have going here. So
appreciate it, man. You already know.
Follow you again.
Call back in, man.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
Every time. Big up, yeah? Every single time. Shout out to FaZe out as well. What are we talking about here? 2 cups in 2 years isn't success. Trophy-wise, yes, it is success. 100%. But there's other things that go into that. What were the trophies? This is what I said to FaZe out when he was talking about Chelsea. What were the trophies? If we had won a Champions League and a Premier League, would I be so critical of Ten Hag? Come on, man. Like, we got to be smarter than that. We got to be smarter than that. Like, this is where we see the disconnect in the fan base. I don't care about connecting with the fan base. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool on that. I'm cool on that. What are we talking about here? Man finished 8th for the minus goal difference and people are still backing him. What are we talking about? 8th for the minus goal difference. FA Cup does not dismiss that. Worst Champions League campaign in British history. What are we talking about here? They're successful in terms of trophies. Yes. Carabao and FA Cup are successful in terms of trophies, yeah. But that's one tick. League matters. How you play football matters. How you lose matters. So there's a difference between finishing bottom of your group and having the worst campaign in British history than losing in the Champions League final. They are worlds apart. Yes, you didn't win the trophy either way, but they are worlds apart. Finishing bottom of a group with Copenhagen and Galatasaray is much different. Much, much, much different than losing in a semi-final to Real Madrid. City lost in the quarterfinals to Real Madrid. Their Champions League campaign was much more successful than ours. Not successful, wrong word. Better. That's what I would say. Better. You know what I'm saying? No, Ryan, the reason why I don't pay attention to you because you're just attention seeking and you don't be listening. Because if you would ask, if you listen to me, you wouldn't have an answer to that question. Yes, Champions League and Premier League are the mark of success. They're the 2 trophies I hold in the first tier. And you have FA Cup, Europa League, then Carabao Cup and Conference League. I agree with you, milestones. I agree with that. Like, that's the levels of where we're at. That's what it is. But again, people like Ryan. Ryan's a prime example of when I'm talking, people do not listen to what I be saying. And even then, Faisal wasn't paying attention at points. Big up to him for stuff I was saying. When he was like, oh, you want De Zerbi. Words have never left my mouth. And anyone who's heard me talk about De Zerbi will know why. And I've made it very clear what it is. He's never been top of my list. Hey, we already know, man. We already know, nephew. Flawless is calling show been 16 out of 10. It's good. I like to hear different opinions. I love to hear the other side. And what's crazy about the Ten Hag inners and people who back him, they don't talk about anything in regards to him. You're talking about Fergie and talking about, oh, well, Fergie finished 13th from Bratata and all this. What are we talking about here? I don't know who Emerson is, Mohammed. You like get your final few questions in before we close out. Which Emerson? Who's that? Who's he play for? Child, it's a very random question, but here we are. But we move. You know what I'm saying? And what are we talking about here? Well, people just don't be paying attention and don't be listening. But here we are. Right, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, final few questions in. Don't know anything about it, Mohammed. You know what I'm saying? We're not in contention of the champs or Premier League. 10 Hag, 11 Hag, gotta go. I'm with you, milestones. I don't get the backing of him. Now, if he'd won a Premier League and a Champions League, I'd understand. But FA Cup, League Cup, Europa League, Conference League, none of those trophies are sufficient for, there's more to it. Trophies, so let me just clarify this again. Trophies is one thing, people. Yes. Of course, I want Manchester United to win trophies. However, the football you play matters. Performances matter. A style matters. Recruitment matters. Improving individuals matters. And all those things, this manager has failed at this season, apart from winning a trophy. He failed at the rest. He succeeded nowhere else. That's why when I asked the question about pros, I mentioned 3 pros. And one of them was youth. One of them was FA Cup. The other was youth players, and the other was steadying a ship. So let's say steadying a ship, that's nonsense. But let's say I agree with that, and then winning the FA Cup, playing youth players. I could go out there and play youth players. Is that a pro? You could finish bottom of the league and play youth players. Is that a pro? How did those youth players play? Context. And there's not one rule fits all in football, just to clarify. Listen, if we won the 2 trophies and had good football, then maybe, hey, milestones, I agree. If we actually played to a decent level and had good performances, I'd be like, all right, you won 2 trophies, good performances, recruitment good, individuals performing well. Cool. There's none of that. What are we talking about here? There's none of that. None of that whatsoever. None. It's an FA Cup, and that is it. 8th place finish, minus goal difference, the worst Champions League campaign in British history. And people want to bring up what Fergie did. And that's why Faisal, because he older than me, a generation older than me, tried to, he won the Europa League with Aberdeen. Like, that's a minor. Like, we weren't here praising Leverkusen with Alonso for just getting there. Yeah, nephew, because it's crazy. It's crazy because they ain't got nothing playing youth players and that. It's crazy. Controversial, but I would like Poch because knows how to get with it. Controversial, but I'd like Poch because he knows how to deal with a useless board with a style. At least he got rid of that debate. And here's the thing is, when we played last season, no one did him. When he was playing well, when Manchester United were performing well, no one went blaming the board. There's no blaming of the board. Very lazy argument, man. Extremely lazy. Not from you, Zico, but I'm saying when people use that. Oh, it's the structure. So what happened last season? It was just absolute rubbish, man. Nonsense. With that, I'm talking about. I'm saying, and Fergie and that. Go Google what Fergie did. I'm saying. Go Google what Sir Alex Ferguson did. You guys are describing Ange Postecoglou's performance as secondary at this point. Their performances, for the most part, was good. And then they had some bad ones. But one thing I can say about Spurs is they play the same way. Now, should he adapt? Yes. But they have a clear style. I can identify a player for Spurs. Any position. Goalkeeper, centre-back, full-back, defensive midfielder, box-to-box 8, 10, wingers, strike. I can tell you right now what Spurs need to improve. And the type. I can tell you the profile of player they need for any role. That's one thing Ange has done. And I think some of the criticism of Ange is fair. I've been critical of Ange. Because you have to be able to adapt. But I like Ange. I think he's done a good job, even though the way they tailed off was disgusting. Their recruitment's been bad. Their recruitment's been very bad, in particular in attacking areas. But I don't think he signed with Richarlison. But Brennan Johnson, Timo Werner, woeful. Woeful signings. They're awful. But the rest of them they got right. Vicario, Udogie, Van de Ven, Maddison, even though he fell off, Basuma, good appointments. But their January signings, Johnson, nah. But I don't want, here's the thing is, Jabado, I don't want Ange Postecoglou. I don't want Ange at OT. I'm not saying, yeah, bring Ange to OT. No. I'm not. Same way I'm not screaming, bring De Zerbi to OT. No. But De Zerbi, I can see why. It's something like, all right, if the board go that way, I'll go. Okay. Same way with Tuchel. If the board go that way, even though he wouldn't be my first choice, cool. See that. You're like, yeah. But here we are. It seems like the Inners are just emotionally attached to Ten Hag. Fergie was a generational manager, time to move on. That's it. Just hella feelings and emotions and no actual logic. Actual logic. Victor asking me stupid questions. Poch Hart, not in at Chelsea, but could be wrong. I don't want Poch anywhere near this job. You just failed at Chelsea. Why do I want him here? Where that make sense? Make that make sense? And the Europa League, the Conference League game is still going on. We're live on playback, by the way, people. You know what I'm saying? We're live on playback, people. Playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. Olympiacos versus Fiorentina is currently 0-0. 109 minutes going on over there. It's still going on. Yeah, sure, mate. Sure. Serious question. I'll let you figure it out yourself, the answer to that. Let me drop this in the chat anyway. Who's live? Because we're going to redirect to someone as well. Big up to everyone that's locked in. These fan calling shows getting even longer and longer, people. They are. But you see the playback on there. Back live here, midnight Q&A for the Q&A people. So Vincent Company joined Bayern Munich. I'll come up with something else for a title as well. Yeah, that's why I ain't watching it, man. I ain't got no time to be watching no Conference League. Who's live? You know what? We'll send you lot over to Steve, actually. That makes sense. Because he's doing a cross-platform one. So I'll send you lot over to Steve. So just run up the likes, hit the subscribe button over there. You will continue to get fan calling shows throughout the Euros as well. But big up, love to everyone that has locked in. And this has been Talk Your Ish, the fan calling show live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.